Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tempo. Happy Monday. I am joined by a wonderful, wonderful crew today as we present to you a little bit of some RP action we like to call RollCraft. And the game we will be playing today is going to be D&D. It is my first time DMing, and I just looked at feardragon's character, so yeah, if you guys have ever been around this part, especially when we do tend to do our D&D campaigns, you know, we kind of just have a good old time, a fun time, and feardragon never makes characters that will make my life as difficult as possible to deal
Definitely
with.
not. Definitely
So I'm looking forward to it. Joined by some awesome homies here. We got Olimoley. I'm not sure exactly the order, but you can tell I got Olimoley, got ZombieGrub, not Makai. That is actually Kathy, aka ZergGirl, who's gonna be RPing with us for the first time. And then I got my brother, feardragon. How all y'all doing today? How we doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Little nervous.
I hope so, because it might, yeah, you know, it might get worse. It just might get worse because, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be diving into the Tales from the Yawning Portal, and the actual campaign itself is called the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan. And I hope you guys are ready for it because it could get kind of crazy, okay? It could get a little bit crazy, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. I believe in you guys. We're StarCraft 2 players. We're like the smartest individuals on Earth, so yeah, let's see if we can actually pull this one off, yo. And I'll try not to kill you guys in the first session as best as I can.
I mean, for you to kill us, it would require us to get through the first door before the first session
This could be a tough one. Yep, true. But I definitely believe you guys got what it takes, all right? Even if it is ZergGirl's first time, it's good to have you on the team here with us, as you're always a homie anyway. So I don't know if you guys are ready. You guys all good to go?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna let you guys introduce your characters. So I don't know the order of anything. So if anybody, I'm just gonna call on you. I'm gonna call on you, and then you're gonna pretty much give us a little bit of a not necessarily a full backstory, whatever it is that you would like to tell. However much information you would like to share with the audience here and your fellow party. So we'll start it off with one that is already familiar if you guys have been watching. Zora, aka, well, I'll give you Olimoley a chance here to kind of give a nice rundown as to who your character is, what you're playing today, and maybe a little bit more information as to who it is that you're going to be repping.
Yeah, so Zora is a, I guess, character that's been around before in the last campaign. She is a orc, which used to be a gladiator. She died basically, or was assassinated, and then was brought back by a god to serve as his disciple. She does not enjoy it. She is very much a cleric that is like, well, I guess if I have to heal you, I'll heal you. And she's always in it for the money, only in it for the money. So I guess we'll see why she is, you know, why she's now like YOLO solo when she had her other group, and what happened to them.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, and I'm sure, yeah, Zora's gonna enjoy this place quite a bit, if of course she is all about that dollar bill, for sure. So we got our next character, a newcomer to the RollCraft family. What is going on, Kathy?
Hello.
ZergGirl, who are you playing today?
All right, so my character is Alora Ronan, and she is a jungle elf. She is a acolyte from the Temple of the Golden Leaf, which is across the Denzak Gulf, and she doesn't really have much of a clue of what's going on in the world, but she was basically an orphan found by a priest of the temple and raised pretty much in that temple. So the priest has passed away, and now she's looking to find out where she's from, and yeah, that's it. That's the most important thing right now. Who is she? Who's her
Right.
parents? Who's her people?
Word. Awesome. Awesome. And then who do we got here? Mr. Darth, the Darth Master himself. Senor DT, how do you do today? It is my boy feardragon. Who are you going to be playing today? And can you tell us a little bit about that character?
Yeah, I'll be playing the wizard Raist Wayland. He is a necromancer of a human variant, and he is, in fact, mostly just a scholar. He's a good-hearted guy, honestly, just looking to do good in the world. Son of some healers, parents both healers, and he really just wanted to search the world for more ways to heal people. And necromancy just seems like one of the best ways to heal someone. It's, you know, literally healing death. And I mean, can you truly understand life and healing if you don't understand death? I mean, it's one and the same.
This is true. I mean, I can't contest that statement, you know? That's awesome, yo. As we have our last character, who was actually the DM before and now finally gets to chill and play a character of her own. Who are you bringing to the table, ZombieGrub?
I am bringing a badass monk who wants to do good in the world and utterly fails at it every time. She tries really hard, though. She tries really hard. Bridgette Oakley is a monk who is working for one of the kingdoms as part of the order of monks that would advise them on like spiritual matters and kind of the philosophy of rule and whatnot. And she was being trained by a really awesome monk, her mentor, who didn't really like her that much, to be honest, and kind of wanted to get rid of her. So he was like, why don't you go expand your horizons, get the hell out of here, and come back when you've become more wise. So she's constantly on the lookout to become more wisdomous, which she'll do eventually.
All right then. You got our pretty nice ragtag group of homies here, don't we not? And we have the wonderful Teo, actually, who once again is willing to make tokens for all of your characters respectively. So that's pretty awesome. The fact that if you would like to maybe give more of like a physical description as we do begin the campaign, which indeed will be the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan. Figure out what it is, why you guys are there in the first place, and whenever you guys are ready to go, we shall begin. So let me I just had to get up this right here. All right, my friends. So you are looking, of course, for many different things in life. You know, some people like to heal a little bit more. Some people just want to figure out where they're from. Others are just going for the grand adventure and the money that will come with it. Whatever the reason is that you are there, you should be able to find it here out in the land of Tamoachan. So for those that don't know, it's actually a ancient ruined city. And basically, let me just get it all up, ready to go. So it's a very almost Aztec kind of civilization, and you've been sent there just to explore it. There's been some mentionings of some weird things that are going on, and you were sent in order to try to figure these things out. And you've just left town, and you are on your way to this pyramid temple. All right, so you set up camp and are getting ready in order to actually figure out what it is that's going on in this hidden city, in this temple, this shrine. And as you do head down there, and when you're nearly there, the sound of creatures come crashing through the underbush and comes from behind you. So you turn around to see people moving through the woods toward the clearing around the pyramid, but then suddenly the earth shudders and gapes open beneath your feet, and you are falling amid the roar of collapsing masonry. Dust fills the air and the sunlight disappears as the darkness swallows you. It's a shame. You guys have been swallowed by this temple, and I'm gonna at least show you where you have landed. It hurt. It was a pretty deep fall, but neither of you are actually going to die here.
That's
you
nice.
actually just going to begin. It feels good, don't it?
You all die.
Just-
Re-roll.
yeah,
It's over.
literally, you guys just you die, and then no, that's not exactly it. I just gotta get familiar with this one here. So here you are, my friends. You wake up here in this chamber, and you basically, ouch.
You need to reveal where we are. Oh no, I see us.
Oh, does it work? Oh,
does
sorry,
work.
sorry. Did it work? So it should be in the bottom right area. Make sure that everything is correctly there, if you can see it. And then I'll begin to at least describe it for you. But everything is good though? Just to make sure the technical part of things, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay,
think
good,
so.
Good. Okay, cool. As long as you can see this room, it's only this room that you should see with the little circle in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So you're in a long, narrow chamber running east to west. In the center of this apartment is a domed shape on the floor. In the east is a blank-faced stone door. The west end of the room is blocked by fallen stone and rubble, apparently the result of a collapse. That was with you guys. The two side walls appear to have several niches cut into them. And just for reference, guys, it's a little bit weird because north is actually to the left, all right? So east is above, and then south is to the right, and then west is to the bottom. I'm not gonna try to like make it too complicated for you guys, but just know that north is to the left.
Do we need to know the cardinal directions?
It just helps in order for you to know where exactly things are when I'm describing them in the room. So that's actually a good idea, Ravi. But yes, and there's also a little compass below if I don't know if you can see
We
it.
can't see the compass.
Exactly,
It's
so I
part
thought
of
so. That's what I figured. But yeah, guys, you are in this room here, and the shape in the center of the chamber appears to be a small alcove, protected by a half dome with the open end facing toward the door in the east hall. This alcove is set in a recessed, shallow, tiled well, 1 foot deep and 10 feet wide. The alcove itself is 4 feet high, and the recess contains some sort of a display. Now, the display appears to be a diorama depicting a hunting party of Olimoley warriors in feathers and deer hide garments in a mountainside scene. Some have pulled down a stag with the aid of a dog. Another group is cleaning a small mule deer, and others have cornered a panther with their spears. A scout watches the panther from an outcropping above. He holds a metal staff with a loop in its end. It's like a shepherd's crook. And then 3 niches in both the northern and southern walls are 5 feet wide and about 3 feet off of the floor. And each one of these niches contains a diorama depicting some aspect of tribal life. And the 6-inch tall figures in all of the displays appear to be made out of stucco, realistically and brightly painted. The scenes portrayed represent fishing, farming, religion, warfare, the creation story, and crafting. But a cave-in completely blocks the west end of the chamber, and at short intervals, small amounts of rubble and dirt come spilling into the room. Several large stones appear to have wedged themselves tightly, closing the collapse. And this is...
Yo, we dropped into a museum.
Yo!
We just
Isn't it
dropped it
beautiful?
right in the middle of a museum.
It's basic, yeah, it's a pretty awesome looking little area here. Yeah, and here you go. Shinda.
And now commence.
Does this work here?
Oh, we get a handout.
Yeah, so there you go. These figurines, the dioramas have
So cute.
figurines like this, and it just basically depicts all the different aspects of life for this Omen civilization. So
Okay.
you can
So
choose
we
what
don't
it
see a
is you
door,
decide.
right?
To your north, or rather, yes,
To my
I'm gonna
east?
mess that up. Yep, I knew that. So each one of these, here, let me show you here.
Hey.
So see how there's little like pockets here in the actual room? These are where the dioramas are, pretty much. So it shows many different things, and of course, as you guys look around the room, I will be revealing the details of such as you're able to just look around.
Quick question is, does the party, I'm guessing to some degree we all are familiar with each other since we were already traveling together?
To an extent, yeah.
We'll just make that up on our own.
If you would like to, some might know each other a little bit more than they know others, maybe. But yeah.
I don't think any of us know each other.
I don't know any of you all.
I'm sure one of you convinced me that there would be very wise people down here. And I feel betrayed.
I think I was pretty interested in coming here because, you know, entire crypt of dead people and dead civilization, lots of lost knowledge. I'm all about that.
You like knowledge? You like dead knowledge?
I like dead knowledge.
I see where you're going with that. I'm gonna start like looking around the room, and while I'm looking, I want to be like, so Zora, what happened to the people you were with exactly? What happened there?
Don't worry about it. Yo, check out this diorama. It's so neat.
So
She's over here just like, wow.
I peer at her suspiciously. I don't like the sound of that.
She's like pointing at the diorama like, look, that's nice.
So this one that you're looking at, Zora, actually, it's in the center display. So the one that you're looking at right now is actually a display that depicts the creation of the world. All the statuettes are stylized and obviously non-human. These figures can be removed, but they don't animate. A god adorned in green quetzal feathers is mixing ashes with blood to form sculptures of a man and a woman, while four towering figures painted red, black, blue, and white are standing out of fire committing suicide with their daggers. Two smaller figures are ringed by the four. The modest, pimply one is being consumed by fire, while the braggart Lord of Snails cowers in fear.
All right.
Yeah, pretty nice stuff here, guys. It's very wholesome dioramas.
What about the one I'm next to? I'm looking at that.
So Bridgette's looking as she witnesses a river scene. A dozen commoners gather rushes, fishes with nets, and carve a dugout.
Are they playing baseball?
They could be.
They're fishing, right?
Fishing with nets. But they could be playing, you know, fish ball with the dugout.
Mine's so much less elaborate.
There's a lot less. Yeah, it's not the coolest.
It sounds more pleasant than the other one.
Yeah.
Sacrificing.
And Alora is looking at a display that has a scene of tribal warfare involving 20 tribal warriors in combat. The 10 warriors on one side are painted black, while the 10 others are done in red. Warriors that are animated will fight animated enemy warriors first, but once they vanquish their foes, they turn on characters.
I don't think you're supposed to read that to us.
No. Well, no.
I was like, I don't...
I'm so sorry.
Well,
I was like,
okay,
oh,
let's not look at that one.
It didn't even warn me. It didn't warn me. No.
I was like, what do you mean by animation?
I see it now, and I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. You can play with them.
Hold it there.
Play with the figurines,
Walk
guys.
Stage left.
Just go play with them a little bit.
Well, I like Bridgette's panel so far. If we're to play with something, let's take a look at the other ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I don't like.
Avoid that one.
It's so weird because there's usually a way to tell exactly what you're supposed to.
Oh, but that one didn't.
No.
Usually the flavor text is like in like an indent like paragraph, and everything else is something that you have to be careful about.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because
yeah.
We leave this room entirely.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
We don't touch anything. We're out.
Oh my god. So what do we got? Yeah. So yeah, what do you want to do? You guys want to check out whatever?
On the north side of the room.
Oh, the actual north, this one?
Yes.
Okay. So here we go, making sure. So yeah, 12 commoners are engaged in farming, planting maize, and harvesting wheat. 5 tribal warriors stand guard, and a cult fanatic in a bird costume is blessing the fields. So the cult fanatic is like a priest, pretty much.
Got Got it.
as well.
Yes.
So tribal
All of our
warriors and
characters are
priests.
very practiced in the Aztec culture and history. So
Yeah, it's very. If you were to like get
Yeah,
any
that-
kind of reference, like yeah, pretty much assume that it's a lot of kind of Aztec-y and really,
Well,
really close.
to be honest, my character would probably be like, Bridget's probably just like, yes, okay, I see. So they're farming and they're fishing. Guys, I think these are Dragonsworn. Guys, I think I figured it out. Like they're definitely like Indian Dragonsworn, you know? I write about these guys. So yeah, I think we should roll with that. We should find some fire. Probably. Yeah. And then just light them on fire. I think that's what we should do.
Homegirl's just like
Let's-
taking out her torch and just like grabbing some flint already. And just
Yeah.
starting to burn 'em.
She's already in the act of it. Is it well
hold on.
lit? Are there any like braziers or anything?
So that's actually you notice a little bit by being in this room that there's actually a bit of a let's say haze in the air, an amber-colored haze that is
Haze.
obstructing vision a little bit.
I should definitely let a fire in here. The air is a bit hazy, guys, but I think I got this.
Please don't.
Does it smell like anything?
Not anything in particular. Let me make sure as well if there's a specific smell to it. But it definitely does not smell good. This whole
Does it smell
shrine
like
does
methane?
not smell. It is not methane though.
Okay.
All right. Should we check out the
we-
other panels?
Yeah. What was on the east wall again?
So this here is a door, my friend.
Oh, we
It's
should go
carved.
to the door.
It's actually carved with a sun symbol and appears to open into the room. There are hinges on the side and scratches on the floor, but there is no visible lock or handle on it. Although a slight gap stretches across the top of the door, 8 holes seem to have been bored into the door, and they're about an inch in diameter, but nothing can be seen in them. And the door seems to be fairly thick. The lintel is arched with the keystone at the top.
So
What was in
fire.
the center again?
Yeah. So in the middle here,
Yeah.
so this one. Let's see, right in the middle.
Are you asking about
It's a
the alcove?
fallen.
The middle.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
sorry.
So this
is
little
the
middle
center.
thing, yeah, I was just making sure to read the correct one. What is that? Okay, so it actually appears to be a small alcove protected by a half dome with the open end facing toward the door in the east wall. This alcove is set in a recessed, shallow, tiled well, 1 foot deep and 10 feet wide. The alcove itself is 4 feet high, and the recess contains some sort of display. And that display is another diorama depicting a hunting party of the omen warriors in feathers and deer hide. So it's like a mountainside scene that you're looking at, and some of them have pulled down a stag with the aid of a dog, while another group is cleaning a small mule deer, and another one cornered a panther with their spears. And yeah, it's just a bunch of like life. Scout watches the panther from it's like showing exactly a day in the life, but different aspects of it. So a scout watching a panther from the outcropping above holds a metal staff with a loop on the end that looks like a shepherd's crook.
Can we
Interesting.
pull the hook?
For this, it doesn't seem like there's anything specific here. Which hook? Oh, the shepherd's hook, like the actual, the one that looks like that.
Is it engraved or is it actually protruding?
I believe. Enemies can pick up. Funny. Doesn't seem. If I were to be perfectly honest, I don't think so, but I'll make sure.
Okay.
It's just like a little figurine with him holding that metal staff with the loop on it. But it doesn't seem
Can
like
I take the
it's-
figurine?
If you would like to.
I want
Ooh.
to take my figurine that's on my river dais.
Which one? On the one that you're looking at right next to?
Yeah.
Okay. You take it.
Oh yeah. Mine now.
Can I? So I feel like if I was coming to this kind of place, I would probably be interested in like do some research on a little bit of the culture and everything. Can I do a history check to see whether or not they like the civilization was deep into like magical stuff, or if they were more likely, for example, with traps and stuff, to have like mechanical traps or like magical traps?
I mean, you could probably know that they were a pretty advanced civilization, just by looking at a lot of the craftsmanship. You could almost assume that they could be pretty crafty with things like that. Perhaps usually it doesn't seem necessarily about like magical stuff, but
Got
it does seem more of, you know, craftsmanship and very, very, I don't know how to explain exactly, but ritualistic types of things.
Got it.
I would like to investigate,
All right.
which is perception.
Yeah, it should be, yep. Perception roll. What is it that you are trying to investigate specifically?
I could either investigate or I could perceive. I'm gonna investigate. I'm better at that.
Okay.
I want to investigate the door.
The door itself.
I have my little guy like in the crook of my arm, and I wanna investigate.
All right. So
I will
hit me
roll.
up. Yes, with a investigating roll.
Perfectly average. That's exactly
Yep.
what my character is.
So I mean, it's basically just what you had seen before. You might be, I don't know, just intrigued by the actual artwork on it. So that, just to refresh your memory, it was a sun symbol that could
Fire.
appear to open into the room. Okay, so the door itself looked like it would open into the room, but the 8 holes that are in it, it just seems like there's 8 holes that are on it, this door, and just a little keystone at the top, but not like a keyhole, but like a keystone. Just,
Yeah,
you know.
what holds the arc together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me make sure here too.
What's the name of your character again, ZG?
Bridgette.
Sorry, ZombieGrub. Bridgette? Okay. I think Raist would turn to Bridgette and say, if you want, we can open the door from a little bit of a distance and try to see if this civilization has set up any traps in this crypt.
Okay. Do
You
you
can open
choose-
this door.
Wait, have we tried?
There's no door handle
Nope.
or.
We have to
anything.
open it.
Oh, I see.
So, sounds like
Oh,
there's 8 holes. So perhaps we can look
Mhm.
to see if the figures fit.
I hold up my figure and look at the hole, and I hold up my figure and I look at the hole. Does it look like it could fit? I'm gonna try and
For
stuff
your
it in there.
figure, let's see. Let me see, actually. So I'm just basically checking to make sure
If we die or not. I
seems to-
That was wrong.
I don't want
Raist is standing over here.
Yeah.
I'm just like pounding like a little figurine into holes that obviously don't fit. I'm like the
Miss-
toddler that's putting the square in the circle.
So you were at the diorama. So that was the one that you took was
Over here.
The river one.
the river one. Okay. Nope. If nothing happens.
Really, all the holes?
Well, okay.
Let me see. There's one little specific thing that I want to make sure of. Have any of you guys like looked? I mean, yeah. Have you tried to actually open the door in any other way?
Well, that was my
Don't
first
believe,
instinct.
right?
Now my instinct is to can eat like they're holes, right? So you can kind of like grab the holes, right? My next
Yep,
instinct is...
there seems like they're about an inch in diameter.
Okay,
Those
that's
little
not very
holes are
big, but I'm
about-
gonna try.
They're not very big enough.
I'm gonna
probably
put
not.
down my thing that obviously didn't fit, and I'm gonna like put my like fingers in like, you know, opposite holes and try to like turn it.
Your fingers get a little stuck.
Oh
and
no!
You find that your fingers are a little bit bigger than the holes themselves, and nothing happens.
An inch. I think I goes through that.
How big? I don't know. How big would that be?
You call him Bridgette fat.
An inch
Bridgette
diameter
fat
is
fingers?
like this.
Okay.
we're-
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
It'd work.
Did any of the dioramas have exactly 8 warriors?
I know one that has 10.
We didn't investigate this one where I'm in front of.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one that you didn't investigate here. So this one is it's a temple upon a tiered pyramid with 7 commoners bringing small offerings of gold and jade. Before the temple stands a cult fanatic handling a constrictor snake, and around him stand 3 costumed tribal warriors. One dressed as a winged serpent holds a spear, another is dressed as a bear with razor claws. The third represents a coyote holding a torch, and these are several stone statues of the gods. And there are bits of gold and jade as well, about 15 bits of gold and jade that you would assume to be worth about like 5 gold.
So
Yo,
Do they fit in the
straight up
slots?
precious metals there.
Yeah.
Sounds like a trap.
Take it. Zora's gonna take it. Zora's gonna take it.
Oh God.
No, nothing happened.
Zora's like, what's that?
let's have a talk.
What's that about?
this one, right?
Okay, so let me see here. So you had asked about ZG, your character, Bridgette, had asked about the staff, right? I remember,
Yeah, I wanted to take the staff.
right? So I believe you can.
Ooh.
So let me just make sure here because it seems, yeah, I forgot to read that perfectly. So if I make sure, if it was like the sheep, the shepherd's hook, right in the middle. Yeah, so in that central diorama, as you do take it, so you do decide to take it, separate
Yeah,
it?
I want to pull on it.
All right, so the staff itself is looks like it could be separated from the figure without actually affecting it. So yeah, you can check it out.
How big is it?
It is about, I don't know, maybe about the size of a key or so.
Really? Is it about an inch in diameter?
Just about.
Oh,
Yo,
Wait,
before
let
you
me
go off,
make sure
Bridgette's
that
mind is racing
but,
right now.
but I'm saying, yeah, the key itself, it's detachable.
I take it.
All right.
Come on.
just note that Zora's gonna swipe all the jades and gems on this diorama.
Oh, so you wanted
here.
to take the jade and the other pieces that were there?
Right, yeah.
Alright.
And she's also gonna pick up the I guess the cult fanatic one.
Okay.
And she's gonna bite into it, see if it's gold.
You hurt your teeth. It's actually made of stucco, which is like a.
Ow.
Let me see.
Actually, I don't know how to explain that.
Fine. It's like a plaster. Yeah.
Yeah, plaster. There you go, plaster.
Okay.
Well, I had to try.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's worth a try.
If it's made out of plaster, wouldn't you just like bite through it?
I think so, actually.
Like, nom, nom.
I don't know. Is stucco like hard? Like, is it more of a paper mache?
I thought stucco was like the stuff that like is like on certain like the oh shit, I can't explain it.
There are like walls that are made.
Yeah, exactly. The
stucco.
walls that are like bumpy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're like pointy,
Yeah.
like little peaks.
Cementish.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like
Delicious.
it's. I don't know. I should Google this.
Let's see. This is interesting.
Could I ask a question about the handout, the little figure I see?
Sure. I think.
Where is this coming from? Is it in the alcove in the middle?
Actually, let me make sure exactly what
Yeah.
it is. It just.
I'm wondering if that's the same staff that Bridgette took,
Uh huh.
because there's also a
I
knife.
want to make sure. Handout.
No, I thought those were the ones in the alcoves.
Oh, what exactly? Right, this is the I think that's the actual one. Area
Okay.
one, the one with the little shift like that.
Oh, and the handout?
What
That's what I
is it?
took the staff from?
handout. I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is looting. You may have the knife.
I guess.
I'll take the knife.
I was
Everyone's
holding
grabbing
it, but I guess I'll let you have it.
Oh no, you have the staff.
She has
I know, I'm
oh,
holding
it's
the figurine
the
though.
figurine,
I took it.
though.
Oh, okay, never mind. You can have your figure.
No, that's okay. I don't need a knife. I have my fists.
All
Y'all
the
are
fig-
being so generous after we're looting. This is some quality, like, gentleman agreement looting.
It's 1 minute.
All- all of the
I'm wary
figurines
of
were
you all.
larger than the holes, right?
What was it?
Oh, all of the figurines were larger than the holes.
No, but the key. I'm gonna take the
Yeah,
key.
they seem so.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
take
like a
your figure.
toothpick. I'm gonna take my figure's little staff and I'm gonna poke it into one of the holes.
All right. I think. Let me. Let's see. Oh, so you're looking to try to just put it into any of those holes,
Yes.
right? The circular inch holes. Nothing happens, but you can at least inspect if you would want to see the door if any of those. If there's anything unusual about it.
You said the door had some symbols and stuff on it.
Yes, indeed.
Can I roll history to see if I recognize any of the symbols or anything they might be related to, or any hints about like what they may have to do with the door opening?
Sure, for the symbols themselves.
Yeah. See if they have any hints.
All right. So I would do a
History?
So what is history?
Well, are there any
It
like
doesn't
runes or language
seem-
on it?
Nothing in any other different languages right now.
Okay.
But like the actual, like you can inspect the door itself. So as far as the thing itself, I don't think that there is any like like, at least from my perspective, like I don't believe that there's like a specific thing at least related to history as to what why it would
to do
be
with the door.
relevant, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So you.
Well,
so
I
making
already-
sure. I just want to describe it again to make sure that I described it correctly. The card with that sun symbol appears to open into the room. There are hinges on the side and scratches on the floor. No visible lock or handle on it, although a slight gap stretches across the top of the door. All right, so 8 holes seem to be bored into the door, about 1 inch in diameter, but nothing can be seen in them. The door is thick, lintel is arched with the keystone at the top. So.
Can I insert the key and try and pierce the keystone? The keystone.
To the keystone? Sure. Do at least a wisdom check for me.
Oh no.
Or perception.
Oh
check?
no, we're doomed.
This is what I'm worst at. Oh no.
Oh no. If anybody of you guys want to actually inspect it further,
Yeah.
you could as well. Or
I do have
see if there's
a-
anything else.
Okay. All right. No one's wise
no.
here.
No.
I do have perception.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you
so
can
Zora-
just click on it and roll.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well,
It's in the skill
so
section.
upon
Kathy.
inspecting the door a little bit further, as Zora was watching her friends basically putting fingers in holes and keys banging against the actual door itself, Zora looks up and says, "Huh, there's actually a keyhole here by where the actual keystone. It's actually hidden under the keystone over the door. There's a little keyhole that you notice upon further inspection."
Okay, I pointed out to them, like I'm physically pointing it to them.
Like, guys, there's a little hole
Like, what are
here.
y'all
I don't know.
doing?
As Bridgette is just kind of like, ding, like in
Yeah.
each one, just trying. Yeah, Zora looks above it and says, "Hey, look here. This looks like that might fit, maybe."
Okay. I put the key in it.
All right. Well, after putting the key into the keyhole, the door makes a click, and you are able to move it and open it up.
I'm big brain.
Wonderful job.
You guys did it. You beat the first boss.
The
We
door.
beat the escape room.
Before we leave, could I do a religion check?
Sure.
Acolyte.
Let me
Maybe I
see
can reveal
here.
more.
Let's see. Just about the religion in relation to the door or to the dioramas or
Oh, I'll say everything.
all the
I have to pick one.
I mean, I would say just give me a what did you
Yeah,
say
it's
first?
kind of better to
You
be
said
specific.
religion.
Okay.
Yeah, just so that you know like what it is that you're looking for. I guess you
Um,
said you do a religion check, I would say.
Yeah.
Just to see if anything
I'll just pick
happens.
one of the panels to see what kind of civilization this
Okay.
was. You did say that they were Aztecian, and there seems to be a lot of sacrificial rituals. So let me do my religion thing right now.
Well, you do realize that they are at least an ancient civilization for sure. And judging just from at least what you might know, you do recognize them to be of the it's an Olmen. Olmen is the name of the civilization.
Woman?
Olmen.
Olmen.
Olman. The Olmen. Let me see here. But you might have just heard about them before in like a book or something as well. Or perhaps it's something that is recognizable to you. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, you just kind of say, hey, you know, these things are kind of familiar. And you recognize them as the Omen.
Okay,
Cool.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I open the
See
door.
you- Open the door. All right. So upon opening the door here, let me make sure here. I don't want to. In order to reveal too, it's I have to find it.
What?
To reveal. I just
Oh,
gotta
turn
find
order.
it. Oops, no. I don't know. No. I'm just looking for how to reveal areas. Don't worry. You're okay. You're okay. All right, making sure here. All right, you open the door. What do you choose to do?
Hell yeah. Dive in head first.
All right.
No
You good?
pain, no brain.
Nope.
Oh lord.
Let me make here. So, let me. You guys want to follow Bridgette or nothing happens as she moves on through? But Bridgette, you do see the ahead of you in this room. Oh, you can't actually reveal
You can reveal in a cone.
as well too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather do it like this. I'm not really perfect with the vision, like as far as how it is, but judging from at least what I've seen before for this, you can basically say down the whole thing. I'm just trying to reveal because when I have a handout here, it actually doesn't go the whole way. So let me. You can basically see down this hallway
Okay.
ahead of you.
I see nothing.
I see something on the east side. Do you see that little?
Yeah.
So does it?
Well,
Is it
Probably
show?
just a
So as you. Oh, whoops. So I was gonna make sure to. So the stone walls of this corridor are carved to resemble a stack of bamboo-like logs. The passage slopes down from a single door on its western leg, the lintel of which has been crafted to represent a stylized cavern entrance. It leads to double doors of beaten bronze worked to resemble a forest of seaweed.
I'm
And
not
that's
getting that
that's
from
what
this
lies
one.
ahead of you. So
Not
let
happening
me.
visual.
Yeah. Oh, does it show it the hallway at least?
I
Some
see an
of it.
L-shaped hallway.
I can see up to here, basically,
Right there.
where I'm pinging.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's the doors. So apparently this is all like jungle-fied and looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. Super. Yeah, and like see the. Let's make sure if there's anything else. Yep. The double doors are made of beaten bronze and yeah, worked to resemble a forest of seaweed.
Okay.
As you look
I
down.
walk towards it confidently.
Okay.
Don't really
God.
care.
And how far? Okay, so I think you're good. You guys are gonna be going down the hallway together.
Race is just kind of taking his time. He's looking around. He looks like a out of towner, basically taking in the sights, just enjoying like looking at everything.
And Bridget just sprints forward.
Yeah.
Alright.
Zora never goes first, so she's just waiting for them to like finish up watching. She's just like back here chilling.
Okay.
You are the strongest character. You have the most
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah, what about it? That ain't gonna change anything.
I think I would just
member of the
assume-
last party survived.
I mean, that's true, but I think my character just assumed that Zora's like really like a fighter, right? 'Cause she looks like one. So I just be like, "Come on, Zora, we got people to fight."
And she's like, "Whoa, look at this bamboo wall! Wow, fascinating."
Yeah, it is quite fascinating, though.
Come on, Slowpoke, let's open this door, and then I try to open the seaweed doors.
All right.
Oh boy.
And you guys are following behind or just chilling?
Can I look around to see like the bamboo construction, just generally like, does it look like it's been a long time since anyone's entered this like?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Crypt
it's
slash whatever.
probably been a long time since it's been there too, or even you guys are probably the first people that have been there in quite some time.
Okay. Well, I'm just acting super happy and getting it's like, oh my god, ancient civilization with so much to learn here. Hope we can find some tombs or scripts.
So,
Where I am, is this
what was it? You
anything?
said you were gonna, Bridget, trying to open the door.
Yep.
All right, let me make sure if you're able to. Just, I think yeah, you should be able to. It's not locked or anything.
Okay, so I just open the door.
Yep.
Nice. Why does it look like sand?
So this room is constructed of large stone bricks, buttressed in the corners. The walls are wet and slimy, and the mud. Okay, you guys are good. Just making sure. So yeah, the walls are wet and slimy, and mud covers most of the floor in a thin coating. The east and west may be seen stone doors recessed in the walls, and to the north, a set of stairs leads down. In the center of the chamber sits a large polished boulder amid a pile of smaller rounded rocks. The boulder is 5 feet tall and colored brown with dark streaks and spots. Leaning against it is what appears to be a bamboo staff. And in the mud around the base of the boulder is a moving shape, looking like a crayfish. It is facing you and seems to be aware of your presence. So
Oh, we got ourselves a little sand shark. Well, I want the
let me
staff.
open up this hole. I'm gonna open it and reveal this room. So the one that you can do too is right, like the polygon reveal to make it easier. Is it good or no?
I usually use
this
the
is,
square. Yeah.
Square, right? Just like that. So that worked
Yeah,
out.
that's fine.
Perfect.
Oh, he's like a little Cthulhu thing.
It's a crayfish, guys.
It's a very
Well-
large crayfish.
I'm pretty good with animals, so
Tame it.
Let me see.
tame it.
Are you gonna
make it my
communicate
pet.
with it?
Hold on.
With my body language.
She's
So
like,
Body
"What's up?"
language.
That's your body language, yeah?
Like move.
Are you guys walking towards it or?
I do have animal handling. Could I do it from this distance?
I believe. Let's see. What is the range of
Safely-
animal handling? But
Safely behind the
don't-
doors.
so let's see.
range.
I'm gonna make sure here.
30 feet.
Yeah, so
30
that's-
feet.
that's
Okay.
good.
So let me just read through here just to make sure as far as what is happening as you do approach and do the. Because I gotta make sure that you can actually do it, right? So what is the actual ability? Can you click it just so that I can read it?
Okay.
Oh, animal. Oh, as far as is that the proficiency rolling wisdom, animal handling? Oh, is that just like a stat? I think.
Yeah, it's just a stat. She doesn't have.
Oh.
I'm guessing she doesn't have like actual.
Oh,
I do have the spell. I'm sorry. Let me
okay.
click on that.
I'm just gonna make sure here, yeah, too, because I gotta make sure that this.
How may I share it? Oh, there we go.
Okay. So he's. Let's see here. Okay.
It works.
Beast that you can see within range. Lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, then the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you. So I got to make sure that this beast has an intelligence of 4 or higher.
Well, you're gonna have to get into the mud. Because...
Most likely. But I'm just making sure here too because.
Does she? Can't she just call out to it?
Can I move it? Yeah, I don't think you would need to move into there to animal handling. You should be able to see it though, but.
Yeah, he described it
because he's coming towards you. Yeah, he knows you, and he's waving his claws and kind of. Let me just show you. But.
Hi guys.
I was gonna say here, and I wanted to look. So as far as checking like the stance of an character, like. I guess I'm asking. This didn't like break the fourth wall, but like when you're looking at like a character like this, as a token, is there like a character sheet for them too, or?
You can find our character sheets, yeah.
Okay, so
it's in the journal.
Okay, gotcha. I wanted to make sure you're. Let's see.
Are you looking for animal handling description, the spell?
I was looking for the stats of this creature.
Yeah.
Oh, the creature.
This giant crayfish.
I think that would be in the monster manual.
Just monster. Oh.
Usually on the thing, the description that you just read, usually it'd be like in the crayfish monster, and the crayfish monster would be like highlighted. And if you click on that.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Word. Perfect. Okay. All right, sweet. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Cool. So I'm looking for its intelligence. It's proud to advance, speak, and if any. So surprisingly enough, but before you even did your animal handling. As it was approaching you, Kathy, because you were the first one that did actually approach it. I think it was the first thing that you saw, or the first thing that it saw was you. It's clamping its claws and is surprisingly speaking in a manner that you would actually be able to understand. You at least there's a similar language to, say, like Sylvan, I think it was, but it is something that you recognize for some reason, and you haven't heard this language in a long time, but you do actually recognize it, and it would be akin to something like him saying, "Who is this? Who dares to enter the chamber of the Guardian? You had better go, or I'll have to discharge my sacred duty. Be off with you before I lose my temper."
Well, he's spitting a whole.
And he's spitting a whole lot. The only person that is actually able to really understand it, though, is indeed Kathy, or rather
Sylvan
Alora.
as a language also.
What was it?
I have Sylvan as a language as well.
So then maybe I was gonna say you would be able to pick up on this, especially if you.
You're far away though.
In general.
Oh, that's true.
But he's yelling though. He's yelling.
Oh, he's like.
And you might hear like it faintly.
Oh, okay. So the rest of us just hear like.
You just basically hear like. Clackety language, pretty much. But it's a nice. It's a ancient sounding language, but he's just clacking at you guys too, pretty hard.
Clack.
Clickety clack. But he does actually not necessarily looking aggressive in the sense of he's just approaching you. He seems like he is kind of believing that he must defend this room and he doesn't want anyone else to come into it.
So I let my party members know
what
the crab is saying.
You get this here correct. Oh, so many things to keep track.
Come a bit forward, I guess.
Hey, let me just get this.
So should I try to animal friendship it? We understand the language.
Yep.
It seems like a intelligent creature. Maybe we should try and reason with it.
Okay.
So I think I'd ask. So I shout out to I say like, "Oh, great creature! Oh, great Squidward creature thing." We are here only to seek knowledge. We do not mean to disturb any of the remains or anything here. May we seek the knowledge that is hidden within this tomb.
Uh-huh. He's not feeling it. He's just not.
No,
Just...
put on the charm.
You better
put
go.
on the charm, Raist.
He's just basically clicking and clacking at you and saying that it is his sacred duty to actually defend this room, and he wants you to go away before he loses his temper.
But can we charm or intimidate it, since it's intelligent?
I would say you should be able to.
Get your dancing shoes.
Does charm person work
for
on a creature?
depending on I was gonna say depending
It's just
on
charm. It's not person.
Oh no, I have.
So the animal handling,
charm
or not the
person.
animal handling.
Oh, okay,
sorry.
that's probably person then. You can just be charming or intimidating.
Yeah.
Or deceiving. Maybe lie to him that you've been sent here by his master.
You can choose to do so, but
I can't.
He is clickety and clacking, and Raist and Alora. The language that he's speaking is very similar to it, but not necessarily perfectly translated. Alora might actually understand it a bit more, but he doesn't seem to be very. It doesn't seem like he's budging. He's made it pretty clear that this is his rock and this is his room that he needs to defend, and he tells you to go turn around.
All right. So did my animal friendship fail? The cast?
Oh, so yeah, let me see. As far as that, so if I'm looking at the actual sheet, the intelligence itself, I should actually have them chat up to, just so that I can ask chat for certain things and how they work.
I'd like to try to befriend it before we have to fight.
All right, let me see. So you have the animal friendship, and if he does have an intelligence of 4 or higher, then it fails. So I don't believe it's gonna fail. So choose a reason you see within the ring. They must see here. If the beast intelligence is 4, so all right. So it has to actually do a wisdom saving throw here. If you decide to go for this animal friendship, right? So in order for me to do that, I just open up that same sheet, I assume, and roll it, because I've never done it from this perspective before. So I'm assuming, like you said, I would just roll it like a wisdom check, depending on what its wisdom is, modifier.
A wisdom check. All right.
You're rolling for his wisdom?
I'm gonna be rolling for his wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw for him in order to see what the effect of this animal handling would be, or rather, what is it?
Animal friendship.
Animal friendship. Yeah, I'm just asking to make sure that that's the one that I want to do, right? Like you just roll it like a regular wisdom save.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna roll it, and we're gonna find out he has a +10 to wisdom.
It's a wise.
I just want to make sure to roll it correctly, so that because those are like the little things I guess that was not as familiar with, and I'm sure over time it'll get a lot easier in second nature. So I'm gonna
No worries, you're doing great, sweetie.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, because I wanted to be able to make sure you can. We got our giant crayfish. Did it? Yep. And we're gonna be rolling a
wisdom. He's starting with
that.
Oh my god!
Did it work?
That was charisma.
Oh, that's charisma then. But why did it do charisma?
I don't know. What did you press?
Hold on. I thought I clicked on wisdom. Hold on.
Oh, damn.
All right, so we need. What was it that you needed to make?
13 or
14.
13.
Oh, really? That's a shame. So he continues to click and clack at you, but you can understand it. But he's just making it very clear that he wants you to turn around and go away.
So he's too smart to be befriended.
It seems. Well, he just said rolled. And
He saw through your
he
trickery.
needed to basically he basically needed to beat the 13, and he just
Yeah.
might have.
Oh,
You tried
he
to
was
befriend
almost-
him.
he was almost
And he
there.
just was
He
like, he's not mad at you, Mad, but he's definitely
I mean, it's kind of like
he
Regina
doesn't seem
George,
like he can be.
like
Yeah.
came up to Lindsay Lohan and was like, "What a beautiful bracelet," and he was like, "Wait a minute, she didn't mean that. And you're not friends."
That's basically it. Maybe, perhaps, when you do speak back to him, the language barrier right there, you haven't necessarily mastered it. Maybe the tongue as far as speaking it, but you know, he seems to be a little bit more offended
Your
than he
clicks
was
weren't
before.
clacky enough.
The clicks weren't
Oh,
clacky
no.
enough, so perhaps, you know, it's like the Castilian French or Castilian Spanish, where, like, you know, he knows how to speak it, you know how to speak it, but his interpretation of speaking it. Just...
Maybe it's like in Korean or Japanese, where like you use like the personal greeting with him instead of like
Oh yeah,
like talking to a king, and he's very offended.
exactly. So like, yeah, you're speaking to him like, you know, you guys have been buddies, but you know, he demands a little bit more respect.
Yeah. One of you guys can try to like befriend him like without a spell.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I tried to ask him. I tried to be nice.
He did.
You didn't use any rolls.
Oh, okay.
Also, I would say,
Like, go right-
however you would like to try. Let's see. But he does seem like he's just like. Bah, 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 bah.
Actually, can I see if there's? Oh man, I'm wondering. Thinking back about the stuff that was in this room, if there'd be any hints about if the Aztecs just left him here, or if he was sent here to guard this by some other source.
No. Closest thing we get to water is the fishing scene.
Hmm. Well, this is sand.
They
right? It's
did.
not even
Oh,
water.
oh, there was the offering of gold.
Ooh. Okay. I would say.
Zora.
Oh, I lost the. Hold on, I lost you guys.
With the jades.
You
The
lost
emeralds.
us?
Yep, one sec.
Hello.
Mhm.
I want to offer them to the king.
The
Hard
King
pass.
Crab,
I pretend
Ow.
I do not hear.
King Cray,
Wow.
King Cray Cray. All right, see, here we are.
Brings out her
Oh.
hammer. Well, I guess.
And you
I'm
guys are still
chilling.
just chilling behind the door as you, like it's open now, but you just are kind of keeping your distance, and he doesn't approach, but he's kind of just pacing back and forth right now, angrily, just saying that he needs to do his duty.
I think I would shout out and say, like, we have an offering to give. Will you allow us to give it to the elders, to the, what were they called, the
Gods.
sages or
priests.
the gods? Yeah.
Oh,
Which one?
Want to give an offering to the gods. Will you allow us to pass so that we may give our offering? And I kind of hold out gold.
This is my sacred duty to defend this place. I don't need your gold or offering. Please turn
Gold is
around
not
at
for
once.
you. The gold is for the gods.
For the gods. Which gods do you speak of?
Can I?
You know
can I
the
roll
gods.
It is my
religion?
sacred duty to defend this
That one
place.
guy, you
Can I
know.
roll religion to
He's just...
religion, or can I actually roll history to see if I know what gods this like civilization worship, based on the stuff that we've seen?
Probably. I'm not sure though. What would you be rolling at? Just to know it in general, or?
Just to know, like, because we knew of the ruins and we saw little pieces of like the different stuff in that first room. wondering if I would know, as like a scholar who's done a lot of studying and everything, if I would have some historical context on like a god or two that they worship, specifically, particularly one that was involved with like a sun god or something like that.
I guess I'm trying to see if there's actually I want to see if there's a specific thing here instead of because I could like make something up too, but I want to make sure that I don't.
All good, whatever you decide.
Yeah, I'm just not.
I mean, do you are you guys translating for us? Like me and Bridget are over here just like
wondering.
hearing some
thumbs.
yeah.
You're just knowing that he's not having it for some reason, and
I'm at least saying probably to you guys like what I'm about to say, and then I say it.
So you did you like translate the question about like which god?
If I have an immediate answer, I'd probably just tell you, like, or say it and then I'd say it out loud to him. But if I don't have an answer, then I'd probably mention it to you guys.
It doesn't seem like there's anything specific as far as a god that this especially crayfish would be familiar with. They may have had gods.
So even
in general, in the general sense of them, like one for the wind or the rain. So you would assume that it would be more stuff like that. Specific names or anything that he would be familiar with. It doesn't seem like this guardian crayfish. It's not that he just believes it's a sacred duty, and I'm wondering. Who is the sacred?
I think I would just say like we're here, to answer your question. I'd say like we worship the sun god and we are here to give offerings of gold to him.
And he doesn't seem to be familiar with it. He just paces back and forth pretty much, but isn't necessarily like attacking you or anything like. So he's just being very intimidating and bellowing at you, but just you can pretty much try to go in. You can try to maybe just ask him to, I don't know, whatever it is that you would want to do, aside from well, I guess you could do anything. It just doesn't seem like he knows or cares for much of anything except for guarding the middle of this room. So it's just a little it's like a little rock here, yeah, and it has that staff on top of it that he's guarding. So he doesn't leave this area right now, and he's just basically protecting perhaps that is his god, this little thing in his sacred duty to protect this circle in the middle. It's actually like a boulder.
Okay.
It's a boulder with a staff on it.
Oh, wise squid, may we pass without approaching your staff? We promise not to come closer to the idol that you guard.
All right, I'd roll a persuasion.
Okay.
It'd have to be either you or Alora that would be able to try to persuade him.
All right. What do I need to hit for persuasion? Just curious.
That would be. Is that just?
It's not really. You don't really usually get a direct answer for that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're asking like, what do we need to beat rather? Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Has Raist failed?
Raist, it seems like he's just.
Unlikely.
He's definitely not. He says no. I mean,
nope.
Just go. No. He just keeps telling you to turn around. Yes.
All right. I will roll my. Wait, I believe I.
Clickety clack. So it would be under. If you go to your character sheet, I believe it's just a little box.
Sorry, it's like showing up as blank for me. That's why.
Oh,
If you go over to character sheet.
It's like just a blank box. That's why I know where to click, but oh wait, no, I got it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll it.
Good.
Wait, I don't have persuasion.
That's
it'll be
you
don't have to have it.
Yeah,
okay.
it'll
It doesn't have to
basically
be
be a charisma check, if anything.
Yeah.
But
the check just means that you're proficient in something, like you're better at it. But
Okay.
you don't have
And
to
you can
have
just
a
click
check.
it. Yep, so you get to just click it, and it should go the actual word. Okay.
Nice.
Nicely done.
So, yep. So Kathy, or rather Alora, how do you, what do you, say that in order to try to get him to allow you to pass?
We will not go near your idol. We are peaceful explorers. We won't disturb any of the treasures in this temple or shrine. Please trust me.
As long as you allow me to perform my sacred duty, I will let you pass around me. Do not look at my rock. Do not touch my rock. Do not do anything. This is my sacred duty to protect this rock.
Now I want to.
Oh my goodness.
But he will allow you to pass. He actually seems like he is turned around and is more focused on just inspecting this rock and pacing around it, pretty much. But he seems like he's not at least approaching you anymore, and he's not clacking his laws as much either.
We just had to ask him nicely.
But he was waving. Yeah, he's not waving his hands aggressively anymore necessarily. But he
right.
says, as long as you do not even look at his rock, then you can do as you wish.
I wanted the staff though.
Oops. Okay, as we start heading over, can I actually roll, or I actually don't know if I need something specific for this, but I want to do detect magic on that staff in the center. I can do it from 30 range, I think.
Okay. So let's see here.
Let me see if I can find it. Where is that?
So it's detect
the duration.
magic. Concentration up to 10. For the duration, you sense a project of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. Okay, so are you doing it at the little staff?
At the
you
staff
said,
in the center, yeah.
Specifically? Okay.
Mhm.
So it would, how do you, I wonder. As far as a spell, it would need to be so you just sense it, right?
You just kind of.
If you can,
Yeah.
you just kind of do it, huh? And then it doesn't. If you do it, doesn't seem to be magical. By the way, there's nothing in this room that gives off any kind of magic.
Okay.
Or information about magic.
I
And
think
it's
I
not
would
like
just...
it's not like it's a magic item. It's just a staff, pretty
Got it.
much. It doesn't glow with any magic aura, though.
I think I would just turn to my compatriots and say we should just move on. Maybe this will end up that staff is a key, but we'll discover later. It holds no magical purpose or power to it.
I'd like to ask the crayfish one more thing.
Okay.
While we're here, could we ask, who is he? Can we ask how can we get the staff?
Well,
We're
as far
just
as it goes, it
curious.
seems like this is his only duty to protect it, and he's not gonna.
You're just
give
not
it
gonna
away.
let. Okay,
not.
it's a secret.
Yep, it seems so. I mean, you can at least try to do another. We said what, a way to.
I'd just like to know who is he.
Is there a way to
saving it
get the
for?
staff? Or you said.
Yeah, like is he waiting for the end of the world? Is there a person he's waiting for? God.
Well, it seems like this staff is this rock as well. It is my duty to protect it.
All right,
And
we can move on.
that's all
I'm
he cares
done.
about right now is that. And
I tried to get
the only way for you to get this would be to maybe be in an aggressive manner, I would say.
All right.
It doesn't seem like he's going to give it up for anything, though.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Around the corners.
So these would just, yep, as you
are
guys
the
just move in, you
doors
notice that
open?
this chamber, the floor is very slippery, and muddy as well.
Okay. Are the
So-
bottom and top are these doors or are
So
they...
these are doors indeed. Yep. Let me see exactly. Pressure that triggers, blah, blah. So as long as there's not, we start the run, mud around. Okay.
find some enemies, we should definitely drag them back here and then tell the squid that those enemies are trying to steal staff.
You know, it's all to how you want to approach it. So from the doorway from the south, we got. Do you come from? Let me make sure that this one is correct. So we're at this location. Okay, so the southern door. It doesn't seem like it's just a door. The southern door, they come around the doorway from the south. So the south, I'm making, that's like the most confusing. Okay, south is okay from the right, right? That's what I need to always remember. South is right, north is left. So it just seems like there's enough to be. It just seems like a door, to be honest.
Okay.
Southern approach, if you come from the south, the landing at the foot of the short flight of steps, though, that is ahead of you, is filled with mud, and slit that partially blocks the door leading north. This door is meant to open inward, but there are hinges on the side and a large grip to pull on it. If you're coming from, let's say, the north, which you guys are.
And that's the stairwell?
So the stairwell itself is basically just a landing at the foot of a short flight of steps. Yeah, it's just a stairway down, and there's mud. There's just mud that partially blocks the door.
Right.
If you're trying to be going to the north.
What about where Raist is?
So where Raist is at? He is
West.
okay, west. That door you can check out if you want to. It just looks like a door though, this one. Not quite like the other one, which has like mud kind of like in it. Whereas this one is just a door that you can do as you will with. I
think I turn to...
So this is the one that has... I'm making sure that this is the one that has the actual handle on it though. So when you're coming from the south... Okay, cool. It just seems like a regular door.
Okay. I think I await a party member who's more bold to open the door.
I'll open it.
Yeah. So?
I just look at him like looking at the door and he's looking all nervous and shit. And I'm just like, what? It's just a door. What's wrong with you?
All right. Do you decide to open it?
I yank on that thing.
Yank on it. All right. Well. So you just see a stairwell. I'm making sure here. So if you go.
Bridgette, is that you dashing in?
Oh yeah. Face first.
All right.
I mean, I open it and I see like a hallway with a stairway.
See a hallway with a stairwell that leads. I want to make sure that it leads down. I'm assuming. Seems like it's just there.
All right.
That leads down. So you guys continue. You guys just decide to.
Are we going there?
So numbers.
Apparently.
Okay, I'm following you.
Follow me.
I think I messed that up, right? There we go. Let me see. So the two.
More
Race, what are you
vision,
doing back
please.
there?
It should be. Oh, you guys are gonna open that one as well. Let me see this chamber.
Is there another door?
Oh, it doesn't show it yet. I'm so bad at the revealing.
It's all good, man.
Sorry.
First session. It's all good.
Yep. So I'm just I'm trying to make sure as well that this approach is okay.
This is me reaching the door.
Oh snap. All right, let me just see here. Okay. You guys decide to open this door as well? I think it should be fine. Alrighty, you opening it up?
Yeah.
You proceed.
More mud.
Mud! Oh, why is it always gotta be mud?
This time
in
I
this
just like
area.
I look through the door and I'm like,
Yeah, it doesn't look very pretty. The room is actually wet, and the walls are covered with a slimy white buildup. Ew. There's about 1.5 inches of water and mud blanketing the floor. Many overturned pedestals and pieces of broken statuary lie on the floor. Partially buried in the mud, opposite the entrance to this room, is another door. So, boop.
We could enter the room and go look up some of the pieces of statues and stuff and see what I can gather from them.
Okay. So only one pedestal remains standing. It's in the northwest corner, and it sits on a small metallic 3-sided pyramid. Overhead in the shadow-draped ceiling are inlaid colored tiles depicting a starry sky and forming strange patterns in the above area. The areas above the pedestal. Sorry.
what about the door?
So the door itself, oh, the one on the south, or remember north.
Yeah, the one on the bottom.
All right, on the bottom
West
one.
door.
So, just looking in here. Walls.
Oh, now you show up, Raist.
That's Zora.
Oh, you couldn't see
Masses
me?
a large dark rat clings to the
Zora's the one that's
wall.
trailing.
So is that the western door?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, so I think that is actually the west one, right? Like, the bottom is. So no, yes, perfect. Okay, so a dark wet mass clings to the wall above the western door, which is the one that is the bottom, the one that you're looking at. And then upon, if you guys want to check it, you can actually notice that it's a bit green in color, the door itself, like this mass that is on the door, and it's a large colony of algae, though it resembles green slime.
Open the door.
So they just decided to just open it. So let me make sure here if these doors must okay. Well, bam.
It's a little river. It's a little creek.
It's just a little creek that yep, that leads out, and if you so the door is open right now and you're still in the room, so do you proceed forward?
I do.
All right, so Bridgette, you see the walls and the ceiling of this hallway being coated with slime, and the floor of the passage is covered with a layer of mud. Through this muck, a steady stream of water trickles northward. The stucco on the walls is flaking off, and there are glowing silver tracks in the slime crisscrossing the walls and ceiling. And along the east wall of the passage stands a 12-foot tall stone statue of a man outfitted in fine clothing and holding a stone tray in his raised arms. Its eyes appear to be black gemstones. The right one droops out of its socket, balancing on the statue's cheek. And from behind the left shoulder protrudes the hilt of a weapon, most likely a sword. And the stone tray, as well as the forehead and the nose of the statue, are chipped and scratched. As you go in and look forward over here, and that statue is
Is the star?
the star there, yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to check out the what do you say, like silver handprints or glowing, whatever.
Yeah, like the so if you want to kind of inspect it a little bit more,
I do.
just kind of look around.
I will investigate these prints. Oh, I didn't do a good job.
Oh no. Well, to you it just looks like a silver streak of slime.
Someone must have covered their feet with spray paint.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'd love to investigate the statue.
Okay.
Take a closer look at it.
All right. So roll me an investigation. Okay, my man. So yeah, so you can look at this statue, and you notice that those black circles, like where the eyes were, that those gemstones are pretty much. Let's see here. It's I forget exactly. Let me see here. If yeah, they're gems. They're up there. So it's a pretty tall statue, and it looks incredibly top heavy. That weapon that you saw there is up there as well. So it's a sword, and the gems look like they're pretty valuable. I would say about for the 19 investigation, you could assume that those gemstones would be worth about. I just want to make sure that it's. I thought I just read it for some reason. Okay, they're polished obsidian worth something about 10 gold each, 10 gold pieces or so.
Nice. Does the sword look real?
Yes, it does. So you look at it and then you realize that it's a long sword in very fine condition, made of laminated wood, inset with jagged teeth of obsidian. So.
It's a lot of obsidian present. This
oh, and
temple.
also you had I'm wondering if it's. I don't think it's been 10 minutes either. So you probably would notice that this sword is a little bit glowy. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I think I would I'd alert the party and say I find that there's traces of magic on this statue. Everyone take a step back. I think I would move to back here.
Okay.
And then I want to cast one of my cantrips, which is Mage Hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can pick, or take the sword from the statue with the Mage Hand. So Mage Hand is like a 30
it can
range.
pick up a certain amount of weight.
Just like a floating hand, basically.
Yep, and I forget like the what is it that you wanted to do? Pick up the sword itself, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pick up get the sword itself, because I'm worried about the statue coming to life.
All right. So I'm wondering if there's a way to check as far as weight, because what's the most amount of weight that the Mage Hand can pick up and
That's
move?
a good question. It can't. It's not really something that can actively attack or anything in combat. So I imagine it would be not I think probably your discretion, but I think it would be maybe enough to hold a weapon but not actually attack or anything with it.
Okay, let me see if I can check.
Because it can open a door or a container, or retrieve an item from an open container.
Mm-hmm.
Do things like that. It actually says it cannot activate magic items. Oh, I think that's if I wanted it to.
If you wanted to actually really right.
Or carry more than 10 pounds. 10 pounds actually.
Oh, okay. And if this is a long sword, I believe it is only 3 pounds.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, you pick up the sword with your Mage Hand, and what do you choose to do with it? Bring it over to you, or
just bring it over to us. I would hand it off to. Do any of you guys use a sword?
I use a short sword.
I think I turn to Alora and say here you go, my girl. This is.
Wait a minute. Does anyone else use a sword? I'm a little bit scared about holding a glowing.
No, I'm
sword.
a monk.
You're a monk. Yes. All right. What about you, Zora?
Zora?
Nope.
She's got a hammer.
Okay.
Hand it off to Alora and say, here you go, a gift from the gods.
I gingerly take it.
All right.
Nothing happens?
She's just like,
no. You so you as DM, I'm always wondering, so I'm going breaking the fourth wall again. Do you need to identify a weapon before you know exactly what it does? I always forget if okay, so you would need to.
So if there's any particular magical quality, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know
but
exactly.
As far as
what
the damage it does,
yeah, it should still be.
That's something that you would still know. So if it's a magic sword because it has +3 attack, then you would tell the player that. But if it's a magic sword that is vulnerable or invulnerable against fire or something, then they might
You need to identify that. Okay, so you just identify it as pretty much a +1 long sword in fine condition. and I think I said it before, made of laminated wood and set with the jagged teeth of obsidian. So it looks like a regular, shiny, glowy +1 longsword is.
Nice.
Yeah.
And when with my detect magic, is it pretty much just following the sword, or?
Let me read it again. So I would assume so, right? Like the detect magic, it just means that you sense the presence of the magic within it. If you sense magic this way, you can use it to see a faint aura around any your object. So it has a faint aura, pretty much.
Seems magical.
And it's just and as you recognize it, the rest of y'all I don't think would see it that way, or no. Does it mean that the person who cast the detect magic is the one that sees the faint aura, or does it actually give it a faint aura?
I think it's just the ice.
You would see
sense
the faint aura.
Presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Okay, so Raist is able to see this, but I guess you had talked about it or told your party members, and you're just gonna assume that it's magical. So,
okay. I think I'd say, all right, looks safe, Zora. I know that you were interested in the potential rarities in this crypt. I think that those gems might be worth something. Point toward the eyes.
Yep, the gems as well too. So, yep, it's obsidian.
In the eyes?
Yep, there were the 2 little laminated gems up there that Zora probably would love. Yep, it looks like they're worth maybe 10 gold each, I would say.
Zora, don't be a boo. Don't do it.
Yeah, she's totally good.
There's no magic.
Don't do it.
Magic. It's fine.
Oh, no.
What's the statue gonna do? We took its sword.
True.
We disarmed it.
Can I borrow somebody's small dagger?
Monk, don't have anything. That's my excuse for everything.
I have a short sword. Would that work?
Short sword is still like this long though.
Wait,
what are you trying to do with the dagger?
I have a small knife.
Just gonna try and like pop it out, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you try to grab it?
Yeah,
I thought one of them was dangling.
What did
Wasn't
you?
one
Oh,
of
you
the
brought
eyes
it, I thought Raist had grabbed it with the mage hand, or no?
No, I grabbed the sword.
The sword with the
Grabbed
mage
the
hand.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could also grab the eyes, I guess.
Yo, grab them for me then, please.
Yeah. Mage hands, go retrieve.
There you go. All right, so you have 2 obsidian gems, pretty much, that are worth about 10 each.
I like you guys a lot more than my old buddy.
I look over to Zora and kind of hold out my hand, and I'm like, finder's fee? Kind of have a smirk on my face before I just jokingly drop it in her hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That was exactly the reaction I thought it was gonna be.
Okay.
There's this brief flash of murder in her eyes before he drops it.
All right, that's awesome. So there you go. There you go. You guys got some sword. You got some gems.
This was suspiciously easy. I don't
I know.
like it.
I had to check to make sure, but
There's actually
the mage hand. The mage hand definitely trivialized that.
Oh, okay, good shit. Nicely done, feardragon.
Because
a lot happier.
because I mean, so Raist had noticed that the statue itself was indeed top heavy, and then the sword itself really wasn't in there. It wasn't like jammed in there or anything, right? Like you would need any significant amount of force to pick it up. So I had to do that check just to make sure, because it seemed like I was like, dude, this seems like it could just be so easy with the with the mage hand, but yeah, it's just like with your investigation, you had noticed that, and then also saw that they had like a little tray, like so the sword, the tray, and then the obsidian.
Race jumps over to the statue, jumps in his arms, and it's like, take a picture, guys.
So I guess we're good then. Let's go back.
Is there?
Oh, so let me give you more.
Hallway?
Yep, sorry about that. So we got that's a door right there at the end.
Another door.
And there you go.
That's my specialty.
So you're noticing that, it's just that haze that you guys had noticed when you first got there is just very making things uncomfortable for you, at least as far as breathing. And that being around it and inhaling it for too long of a period of time probably will have some lasting effects.
It's
You
fine.
know, you guys have been in it long enough to know that it's not comfortable to breathe in.
We're young. It'll be fine.
That's fine. This is fine.
So you guys want to open this door here?
Yep.
So it's a
Yes.
secret. Yeah, little. Let me make sure this is. Ooh, baby. Bop, bop,
Does anyone in our party have a sort of spell to clear this disgusting haze?
Uh,
Well, you guys are the spellcasters.
is it actually like a? Actually, no. Never mind. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Nice.
Nice.
So you open the door, and you notice that there are 2 locations, or 3 locations, of course. So okay, as Bridgette moves a little bit further in, she notices
Whoa.
a well.
Rats!
So
All right.
let me make sure I did it right, cause this one I don't remember. So the water beads collect upon the walls of this narrow passage, and the flooring is cold and damp. 11 in the court. So here you go, as you can see them. So you're coming in, and the doors to this room are made of bronze. Just inside the doorway are 2 small alcoves. Each space contains an old fountain, cracked and crusted with lime. Around the fountain in the eastern alcove, a heap of rubbish litters the floor. And then the fountain in the west alcove still holds some green, scummy water in which something moves.
Ooh.
Nasty.
You say.
A short hall and... Oops, sorry.
Oh,
Let me make sure here.
you want to go?
What's in the east alcove? Sorry.
So the east alcove, there's the one...
That's top.
Top, correct, right? So
There's a
east
bundle
alcove,
of stuff, litter.
something, yeah. I don't know.
Leaves
I'm
and
wondering
shit.
if these swarm of rats is just supposed to be... They're just killing. I'm like
Yeah.
dead ass because it seems like there's no mention of it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to warn you about. Sometimes they like
certain things,
they
yeah.
show something even though they're like,
And you
and
wanted
then
to
the
put it
rats
like in a different
appear.
layer or something, right? But the
Yeah.
reason why is I was reading it through here, and in this eastern alcove, you know, it has a small amount of concentrated lime solution near the bottom. Let's see, just make sure that I don't read the wrong thing. It looks like that well that you see there. And there's, so I'm gonna see in this. Yeah, so actually the swarm, the rats are there. They're indeed just in the nest in the rubbish.
and we can
So they're
see
in
them.
that rubbish. So you see a bunch of trash up there. There's a well, and then these rats pretty much just
They're just
they're
chilling.
feasting.
Don't see a
Just
reason
chilling.
to
Swarm of rats kicking it.
bother them. I'm gonna
Getting
go this
all
way.
up in that.
I want to see what's
And
in this
then-
well.
All right, so here we go on the right here.
I
I'd
cautiously approach, stealthily.
approach. So you check out that well, and it's just a fountain filled with algae. Some bullfrogs are raising a brood of tadpoles in the water.
Aw.
So you got rats and toads.
I like call over the guys. I'm like, look, guys, these little tadpoles. He's so cute.
Is anyone hungry?
No.
So as you do move forward a little bit more too, I notice
Oh.
Ooh.
a little bit. So since we don't have like the dynamic lighting and stuff, I wanted to just make sure that this here that you can see as I describe it. So right, usually
wow.
you'd be able to like know exactly what the settings are, but to make it easier, I would assume that as I explain these things, then you basically will see. So as you guys approach, you notice the rats, you notice the tadpoles. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna leave the tadpoles alone.
Investigate
All right, what is it that you want to investigate?
the water, the murky water over here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is here. So you
look at
notice,
that.
let's do a little investigate. Okay, so I think that should be all right. This should just be things that you can pretty much tell. Making sure that there's not like a specific thing you needed to beat or what the number would be. So just by looking in, you can notice. Okay, here. Court. So we got the doors to this room made of bronze. Oh, you wanted to check the water itself, though. So, a short hall. Make sure. Okay, so a short hall ending in descending steps leads to the central chamber, which is flooded. A dark, foul pool covers the entire floor. And then the central hall, flanked by narrow aisles, is defined by 2 rows of massive square columns, and the walls are coated with slime. If there are glowing silver lines etched across them, and from what you can see of the chamber walls, the stone appears to be crudely worked. 2 corroded bronze braziers stand in the pool. Toward the middle of the room, 2 broken urns, which appear apparently once about 4 feet tall, poke up out of the water. And in the darkness on the eastern wall appears to be an enormous growth of an overall greenish hue that gives off the same silvery gleam as the slime trails.
Okay, so this water isn't actually very deep.
Yeah, you would assume that it's about like 2 feet
Waist?
deep or so.
Oh, okay.
And
Ankle?
it just looks incredibly like nasty, like slimy and gross.
It was very murky.
Yeah, I would assume so. I don't think that needs like a check.
Okay.
Do you think there's something
Green
lurking?
scummy water. Green
that
and
water?
scummy with slime in it. So what do you want to do?
Are we so team, do we think that there's something in this water that might pop out at any second?
Well, I'm thinking that, or either it's like infected water from this like greenish fungus thing.
Let's throw a frog in there.
Honestly, it's not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yo, you were just the one that was like, oh my god, look at the tadpoles, and now you're like, let's experiment with them.
You know what? They don't need a mama. Tadpoles don't have mamas. They just go off on their own.
Just
Oh
little.
my gosh.
Whoa. Poor little, those are
And a rat.
the bullfrog and its tadpoles, okay?
Oh god, yeah. Can we like grab some of the rats and just throw them in there?
No, the rats
Bro.
will attack us.
I'll befriend the rats, and then we can throw them
Oh,
in
and then
there.
you're gonna throw them in potentially poisonous water. Wow.
Yo, y'all are
Some
grimmer
druid.
than I am. Y'all are.
I mean, I don't want to die. I'm very scared. I have no idea what's going on in
Just
here.
touch it.
Better a rat than me.
I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch the water.
This water,
I'm gonna touch like the river leading down into the steps, though.
okay, well, you have, realized that it's just some nasty, slimy, almost like, if you would have ever, like, put your finger under a slug and, like, rub it across your hand. It's almost like you just
Ew.
wiped your nose, you know, like you just wipe snot from your nose.
I
and-
fling it at the other people. I'm like, "Ugh."
Oh god.
Wipe it off of my robe. So Raist kind of turns to the group and is like, I could discharge some magic into the entire room through the form of electricity.
Maybe not,
yeah, maybe
because
don't
we're
do
all
that.
standing in water.
The water
I
is
mean-
like a conduit.
We're not standing in the water, right?
I mean,
There's
this
No,
whole
you guys are,
area
in
is
the
damp,
hallway,
and
right?
we've been
So-
stepping in water. You know.
Look at this trickle.
Doesn't seem like the brightest idea.
Are you trying to
Yeah.
kill us?
I thought this was a safe area from the water, so, or a dry area.
That's fair.
What do you think of my frog idea?
I
Yeah.
already
That's a frog
tested the
idea.
water.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
put
whatever
But there
Yeah,
might be
they
something
wanna do.
lurking out there.
Is there any stones around?
I'm sure you could find
Okay, I
a
pick up
stone.
like a stone, like part of the building, or whatever, and I skip it across the water.
Okay.
Do I need to do an athletics
So-
check? How far it goes?
This would just, I mean, I think for throwing a stone, maybe
Skipping it,
like
though.
a strength, maybe a strength.
I'm gonna go athletics.
Athletics, I guess that works, right? Is strength.
Hells yeah.
Okay. So you realize, you know, you just skip a rock across the water that goes so far, bounces off one of these little pillars here too. Oh, it didn't work.
Anything? Any
But
noises?
yes,
beyond-
everybody is incredibly impressed with your stone skipping skills.
Yay.
Nice. But
And
did
then
it
it
make any
sinks to the
sounds?
bottom. Wait, is it? Does it make any sounds?
Did
you
anything
say?
react to it?
Nothing that you noticed. No, it just went in.
I look at everyone and I
Okay.
shrug.
Let's go then.
I'm gonna check one
Do we-
thing too, because a little thing that is a bit more confusing is when things like what would I guess what would I be trying to say? As far as introducing certain things, like when I'm supposed to read what it is.
Right.
So yeah, so the guys are moving in a little bit more. I'm just going to assume like as you guys move forward a bit more cautiously. And you can pretty much notice that there's a moat. So there's a 10-foot wide. Yeah, I'm just because I'm making sure it's like stuff that I read is not the stuff that I'm supposed to only read to myself.
You're good.
Okay, so yeah, for the most part, I think I had said that it's about 2 feet deep in the center of the area, so which you could kind of pick up from doing that, skipping that rock. Then it's about 2 feet deep, and the floor is very difficult, very slippery. And you're noticing that it's incredibly hard to actually move. And to be specific, I think it's considered difficult terrain. You know, so as you're moving through it, at least Zora notices that as she goes down, that in general it's about 3 times as hard.
All right.
As,
Should we check out
and it's
this
very
wall?
slippery as well. So as you trod down very cautiously, you're noticing that if you were to move suddenly or run, you might not be able to at least keep your footing as easily. And the walls are heavily coated with lime, which also seems to be polluting the water. So yeah, if you are just by noticing the effects of lime, you can tell that it's not some water that you're going to be wanting to stand in for too long either.
Oof.
Okay. We can't
Do you
see
ha-
to the end of the hall or the end of the chamber.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
But let me see if I'm gonna make sure that it's fair too. That's when you move in, because you guys are all mainly at the top of this stairs, except for Zora, I believe. You other two are in the room, so Zora might be able to see a little bit more. But yeah, you definitely would have to progress a little bit further in to see everything.
I'm gonna look at the Necromancer, ask him if he has any spells for like floating or levitating that he could use on us.
I think I do not have that, but I might have something that could help. And I think I move over a little bit closer to the water and I cast a cantrip Ray of Frost on the water, and I see if I can kind of freeze a little bit of a pathway here.
Actually, yes. Or at least let me see the spell itself, because that would be.
Oh,
I crit it, but
Damn.
I was trying to just show the info on it.
Yeah, just so that I can read it, because I think that would be a
There we go. There it
pretty
is.
smart thing. I don't think that works. So unless it has to be on a.
It has a 60-foot
Target.
range, so I feel like it should be able to.
I feel like
reach
yeah,
the
right.
distance.
I don't know what the I could probably.
It's a cantrip too, so it's not like it has a limited usage. But
so-
I don't know
I
how
have
Creature within range.
Sorry.
I have something that I think is more fitting.
Okay.
I have Shape
spell
the
attack
Flowing River.
Really? What does that do?
Oh.
I like that.
As an action, you can spend 1 key point to choose an area of ice or water no larger than 30 feet within 120 feet of you. Change water to ice within the area and vice versa. And you can reshape ice in the area in any manner you choose.
Ah.
Perfect. In my head,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like Raist just steps forward and is like, I think I might be of some use here. I have studied and know how to shape the ways of water. And I kind of point and I start working with like one little finger, making like like an inch of ice in a little line, and then you just kind of come forward.
Yes.
Yo.
I do just kind of come forward.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is what I'm good at.
I mean, you know what? I'd say for the... Because I think that was pretty clever when you freaking crit, bro. I think that is perfect. And you can actually notice that the water itself is, even though it was so slimy and thick, just becomes incredibly solid, allowing you to progress forward without necessarily... I mean, walking on ice is still pretty slippery, I would assume, but it's not as slippery as...
So, which one of us did it? Him or me?
I think you did.
So wait, what did the yours is the one that you can turn water to ice and ice to water, vice versa,
Yeah.
or
That's mine.
does it have to be ice first and then
No,
it doesn't matter?
it's either one. Ice to water, water to ice.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just wanted to do it because that was a crazy crit, but yeah, I would say is yours an ability? Because if not, then the cantrip I believe are
It's an action. It's
Action?
just costs me key points.
a key point. So I guess it would depend on if you wanted to use a key point or allow the cantrip. Because the cantrip, I don't believe you can do unlimited of, right?
If it's a
Yeah,
cantrip,
okay.
yeah.
So,
I
guess it
can-
depends. Yeah, depends on if you
I
want
guess-
to use.
A counter thought here, guys, is that it sounds like this thing will turn the entire room into ice, whereas mine will probably just be a little narrow pathway for us to walk across.
Yeah, I was gonna say this seems
seems
like
so. Oh, yours is the way.
it's
Yeah,
like
so
a
they just are
beam what
different
he's
things.
doing, right? Because usually targeting someone, or mine is
Yeah.
just like water.
Yeah.
Mine is like a
I guess that makes
attack,
sense.
yeah.
I think ZG's makes a bit more sense only because the Ray of Frost at least says target a creature.
Oh, that's also true.
So I'm wondering, like, make a range spell attack against a target. Like you know what I mean? Since like I guess
yeah.
water itself is not a creature, then I know there probably I don't know. I'm sure there's someone in chat that's like, you know,
I
that seems-
liked Fear
algae, a
Dragon's.
creature.
I
but it
liked
depends
Fear
on
Dragon's
yeah.
explanation where he's just like, I got this, guys, don't worry about it. And he starts like beaming like tiny little lights, and I'm just like, water.
It's like literally.
Hold up. I
It's
got
like
this.
imagine I'm on like MS Paint and I have the thinnest
Yes.
stroke, and I'm
Okay.
just trying to color in something with a little ice wheel.
Yeah.
Yes, I will use.
All right. Cool.
I am water and fire. I'm very cool.
Wow. And how long does that last for? I like that. As far as...
You can raise or lower the ice elevation, create or fill in a trench, erect or flatten a wall, form a pillar. Can't exceed half the area's largest dimension. It doesn't actually have a
duration, huh? It's
duration.
just basically wow. Yeah, because I've never played a monk before or not, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. Everything is ice now, guys. You're welcome.
I can actually check it too. Compendium. What's it called again? Be water, my friend.
Shape the flowing river.
Be water, my friend.
I will. I'm sure I did a little
Oh.
something.
Oh, you can just link it for me too. I was just gonna look, but I guess
I
messed it
can't
up.
link it. It wasn't a part of my. Like I didn't have any spells or anything
Okay,
for my
I'll just
character sheet, so
Google
I
it.
just wrote all of
Okay.
them down.
I can just Google it.
Is it not in the information thing?
5e. Shape the flowing river. Okay, I just wanted to have it for just reference, I guess here.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not
So it's
found
20,
in the
15
thing.
feet deep. Definitely not 15 feet. So, 30 feet on a side within 120. So you basically made a pathway to, at least maybe freeze the deeper parts of this water, because in the middle, I believe, is where it's the deepest. And then, let's see. Yeah, it seems like so you get like a 30 feet. I don't know of the ruler if it's like a 30-foot
Oh
square maybe. Or is it like a 30-foot like, you know, almost looks like that point of, you know, like a bridge, like an ice bridge.
yeah. Larger than 30 feet on a side. Within
Side, right.
120 feet. Yeah. I mean.
Because that would allow you to at least walk into this middle part. And I'm wondering, I don't think I explained exactly what that even was. That middle thing there, right? Have I described that?
No.
The
There's something.
urns and the braziers and the
Okay.
yeah. You described those.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. The bronze. Yep.
Mhm.
Braziers.
So we can go.
Toward the middle, yep. I'd say
gonna
if you put it at the
drop
base here.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just slimy nasty
Yeah.
water.
You're welcome.
There you go. Let me actually get the ruler
I think
tool.
there's a draw shape.
But it should be
also.
fine. I think
There is. Yeah.
I just don't. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Ruler. That's what this is, right? Because this would allow me to like measure and stuff.
Yep.
Yep. It should be perfect.
Oh, there we go. Oh no, that doesn't. Nope. Okay, that's not what I wanted.
So many squares.
Oh man.
I wanted to fill. Didn't work out that way though.
Well, whatever.
No, and it's on the top as
So
well.
second here.
Oh,
Oh no! Can I clear it?
okay,
I
you
mean,
you can kill it.
Oh,
So
hold on,
Raist
hold on. Let me
moves
move my
across.
character off because
No,
I just wanted
I got
to-
it. It's good now. It's good.
and it's
Okay.
raised. That's actually
walking
nice.
forward,
So just be it. Walking slowly.
slowly forward over the ice, which is also probably precarious.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty slippery too, but you do manage, I would assume.
I think we should end here though.
Yep, we're about to. Is you see a giant slug,
Seriously? A slug?
a big old nasty looking slug descends from the ceiling here. And I wanted to see if this is even revealed yet because it probably isn't. I just didn't want to reveal it and then screw it up. Can you guys see anything or not?
No.
Not
No.
yet.
Okay, good. So I just whenever I want to bring something, I just the layer, right? You just take it from the map layer to the objects tokens layer.
Yeah.
So yes, guys and gals, you are approached. As you see this phosphorescent glow on the eastern wall, it's actually a giant slug, and he bellows out in Omen, "I am Tekuzi's Tecatl, the Lord of the Snails," and he's he seems like he's boasting, and he's gonna do nasty, terrible, horrible things to you.
He's a snail. I'm really
He's a
not that
snail.
scared.
He is just a slug. And,
Raist just,
Hey,
like,
wasn't he
turns
on the,
around and does
how do you
little
move
scuttle.
the?
He was
yeah,
on
sure,
one of the
that's-
diagrams. He was on one of the paintings or whatever.
Should be right?
I remember because I made fun of the giant
Can I
snail.
move this? Clinging to.
Was
Oh,
he
in
the
the
one they were
first room?
offering to?
What was it?
Or is he the one that was just like overlooking all the sacrifices?
Oh, well, I'm actually not sure, man.
Did no one keep notes?
Let me see. I don't know why I can't do this.
Oh, you don't even have to answer DM. Like if you didn't keep notes, then
Oh
we're
no,
screwed.
I missed what you said. I was trying to actually move this to the layer, and I don't know why I forgot.
Oh yeah, yeah. We still don't see him.
And he should be. I probably need like a token for him, but it's usually. Oh, I'm done. Ah, did it work? Everything went white.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, maybe that's my vision. I think
Yeah, no, nothing's changed yet for us.
nothing changed. Sorry.
What did you do?
I don't know. I just went from moving to the layer. I moved it. I right clicked it and then moved it to the. Okay, options. It's supposed to be like a little thing that I can click. And for some reason, I don't know where it is.
So you
Maybe it's
click
just on
the
the GM
token
info
of the
layer.
you click the token of the snail, right?
Yeah, but I can't actually click it.
Okay, so do you remember what layer you put it on?
I'm looking at it now, and I assume.
Well, the very top of the toolbar to the left is the layers that
Mm-hmm.
you can access.
Yeah.
So if you click on it, there's 3 layers, right?
Yeah, right. The map one, you get the map background.
Yeah,
the map
so-
and background, object and tokens, and then the GM.
Yeah, but go to every one to see like which one it pops up on.
Yeah, it's on each one here.
Can you
I'm
click on
wondering
it for each one
why.
though?
What was it?
Can you click on it for each layer?
No.
Yeah, so there's one layer that you can click on it.
Yeah, that's what I was. Oh, it's. Is it because I'm on the select? That's so stupid. It's because I was on the other one, like the draw reveal, instead of the select.
Ah. So
So that should work if I move it to the.
tokens.
Token layer. Yeah, for some reason, it is on the token layer, but No, it's clearly not, because then you guys would be able to see it.
Okay, try the other layers then.
Map, no, it must be GM. Aha! Well, it doesn't even have a good
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't have a good little thing for it.
Doesn't even have
though.
anything. How are we gonna pronounce this? I think it's called Tekuzaka.
You're gonna call him Kuzi.
Kuzi.
Cattle. Let's call it Susie.
Lil Kuzi Vert.
Little Susie.
Yeah, I don't know why that was so tough. Because I wanted to get a nice artwork for it, right? It's just a little red circle, a big red circle right now, is it not?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. So let me see.
They didn't think the giant snail was very interesting.
Yeah, right. I could have sworn that I've seen it.
It must be like it. I don't know. Is it real? Or well, not real, but
Yeah,
is
right.
it part
I mean,
of
I have
Aztec
I have
culture?
all of its information and whatnot here. I just thought that it was supposed to have.
No, it's a D&D thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not a good Aztec thing.
Oh
Oh my god, it's so cute! Oh my god, I'm gonna like it.
Do it.
I'm
How'd you look
looking
it
at it. Hold on.
Oh snap!
Oh wait, hold on. I got it. There's only one Lord of the Snails.
Good.
There you go.
Oh my god, is that ever real? I thought it was gonna look a lot crazier, but that thing looks pretty
where you
crazy.
seen this?
It's in
It's
Denver.
not
I'm gonna look
very
it in
cute.
chat. Man, is there a way to? So you can like make tokens from stuff like that yourself too, right? Like I wish I just did that.
I assume so.
It'd make it look so much better because I mean I don't mind I guess using a red circle, but
Yeah, it'd be
I would
cooler
have to
if it was
roll-
something different.
yeah, sorry about that.
No
So, yeah.
worries.
Roll initiative, my friends. Actually, I don't even know where everybody's set up. It's kind of awkward.
Well, I cast the thing, so I'm probably at least
Yep.
here.
And I remember
no.
Fear Dragon was in the middle as he moves forward a bit.
He's gonna be screwed.
And was anybody following at the first, or you guys were? So
Nope.
that ice thing is still in the middle, right? We'll assume that is there. And I've never done combat before, so be.
By the way,
gentle.
when
I
you
was
roll
wondering.
initiative, click on your character token first. It makes things a little easier.
Yep. That'll always help.
Nice.
Cause I got mine. Should be
Um,
able.
Kathy, do you know where the initiative is? On your
So it'll
character
be
sheet?
on your character sheet.
Yeah, I see it.
Top center, yeah.
So I clicked on my character
Mm-hmm.
and then click on initiative.
Yep.
So I gotta
Get a
roll
nat
for
one.
him as well. And hopefully it will pop up correctly.
It did. It's just
Okay, good. There you go. And then I just wanted to grab this one here.
it's a small and not super important thing, but since we're about to potentially get into combat,
Yeah.
is it possible for us to see each other's health bars?
Oh, I thought I had said it that way. You guys can't? Or
more
I
realistic.
can only
if we
see my
don't.
own.
You can only see your own. Okay.
What'd you say,
I
Jess?
think there's a way, right? Visible to others.
Said it's more
If I said
realistic
it-
if we don't see it.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
But I feel I don't know. How do you guys at least handle that?
I'm okay either way. I'm okay if
Okay.
we just get descriptions also.
Oh yeah.
Just vague numbers. Like, guys, I'm not saying I'm dead.
Dead, but
Yes.
you know you could.
But I'm definitely on the floor.
yeah, I'm
If
looking
I were
out
to
for
rate
it.
my health on a scale from 1 to 34, it's an 8.
Pretty much. All right, so so if I wanted to roll initiative for this homie here, do I just select him and then?
So you have
roll
this character sheet up, his monster sheet,
it? Let me do that up. So
and it's the same thing. You just click on his token and then click initiative on his character sheet.
okay. So as far as getting the actual character sheet, I have the one that has like all the notes. You know, like what it is, and I'm wondering if this is it. So it's like
Usually on the flavor.
character sheet itself, and then
Yeah.
am I looking at? So I have his attacks here. Oh, okay, I got it.
Yep. Oh shit.
Oh,
Shit.
Jesus Christ! Damn!
Okay.
Yeah, giant slug.
Okay.
So we're
What
gonna
is
do
it?
this fight.
I wanted to see.
Are we gonna do
Ouch.
this fight now? Or are you gonna wait till the next session, or?
I'm wondering if I should wait to the next session just so that I can make sure I got it right.
I actually have. I could go the full time, but we have the hard stop at the top of the hour.
Okay, either way. But since I'm on the front lines, I'm also okay if I have another week to roll a new character.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that because I had, obviously it is my first time, and I was like, oh man, I'm just like kind of setting up my whole thing, and I don't know exactly how to fully go through it.
A combat?
We have the initiative now, everything's good, and to make sure that
it's actually super simple at this point.
It should be then, right?
Yeah, you just.
But like, do I know how do I know which abilities to do? Do I just roll?
It's exactly as if you were playing your character, you know.
So you basically get to play it like there's no like set any type of thing.
Yeah, there's no manual to like, oh, at first it does that and then this. Well, sometimes it does say that in the flavor, like
yeah, because
the
it'll
boss
like
will start off with frost armor and then combat or something. But
all right.
I'm okay with trying to kill the snail right now. I think it'll be easy.
Yeah, it's just a slime. I mean, it's just a slug.
Yeah, it's a slug. I mean, it might be like
slug,
a 50-foot slug, but
the
whatever.
As long as I move
the god of
slow
slugs.
slug.
Oh.
All right, slug, bring it.
All right, my slug is a little koozie vert. It descends from the ceiling in a slimy mess, and sees a poor necromantic mage sitting in the middle.
Wait, how fast is this thing? How far can it move? Is it like really a slug?
So it's
like
I mean,
5 feet
imagine
per
like it's
turn.
just like I'm coming to get you, and it's like. He's pretty big though. He's pretty freaking big.
Can it meow like Gary and SpongeBob?
Yo, yeah, I think he has regular movement though, but he does not get. Unfortunately for you guys, doesn't actually has limited movement in this nasty sludge that he's basically just made himself.
Oh, we have reduced movement?
So this,
but off the ice, right?
Not through the ice, I would assume. No.
Yeah.
So if you do step and do move around in a location that's not the ice. Oh no! What happened?
What happened?
Oh, I moved the actual layer by accident. Oh, that scared the crap out of me.
The character, you move the world.
I moved the world instead, because I did not know.
He's like the spaceship in Futurama.
Yeah, exactly. The space moves around.
So is there a way to just snap it? No, or do you just gotta make sure that it aligns?
You're pretty close, but
yeah, I can align it correctly.
Close enough.
Well, we have bars going through the middle of everything now. I mean, it's we'll live.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I don't reveal anything that I don't want to.
I think if you move it up 1 square, if you really want to be where it was, I was 1 square up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you look at the rats too, they're kind of in the walls.
Oh, true.
I mean, that's just more accurate.
Rats are on the walls.
Oh, I see it now. I see where it needs to be.
Oh, okay. A little bit to the right.
Right.
The rats were near the well.
2 squares to the right.
Yeah.
1 more square to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking good.
No, actually, yeah. Sorry, that was correct. And
Yeah,
1
that's
square
correct.
up. 1 square up.
Yeah.
Square up.
They were in the corner.
Yeah, because I can't even see it from here. Where are you at? Oh, so many things open. Can you actually move stuff? So in like Roll20, if I want to like move like the sheets, I can keep them on my other monitor, right? Do I have to like pop them out or something?
Yeah, you pop them out.
Okay, that's why I was wondering, because everything was like super duper all stuck on my first monitor, and I couldn't actually get it out of the way. So, all right. So what did I need to do here? Move it 1, 2.
So the rats are in the corner.
So the rats are in the corner.
1 square up, basically, I think is.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's where it was.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
And then I was gonna draw where the ice is.
Okay.
So
Yeah, sorry, that was like technical difficulties up in this.
Oh, damn. That's a big circle.
All right, so let's get this out of the way. And then, of course, if you have like tips as far as making it easier, like quality of life things, like how you did it, that'd be good too over time. But right now, I'll just be figuring it out. So we got ourselves a slime or a little slug, And he's not looking very happy right now.
Only thing I'll mention is that we should, ZombieGrub, I don't know if you remember how to sort the turn order.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know how to.
Yeah, there's a cogwheel and it's ascending or descending.
Oh, perfect.
He got it. Nice. All right, so he can move. He does not get restricted on his movement here, and he does feast his eyes on a human mage. So let's see.
Dun dun dun.
Yep, what's the range on him? So you already measured it there. The squares all correctly. Should I like just maybe lower his size so that he actually seems like he's moving right? Or so that's 20. Like things that'll be better. I'm wondering what's the best way to do it. Like how you had noticed at least. So if that's 30 feet, I have to measure myself and get these hotkeys
fit
going.
through some passageways, I'm okay with it.
Anyway.
Just roll with it.
He just, yeah. So this, the ruler. So we would assume that the middle is where, yeah, so he can move 30 feet. So it's just gonna go right on over to the, what did I say that was? It was like a urn. Gets right on top of it. And sees
The whole
feardragon.
thing is just covered.
What was it?
The whole urn. The whole
Yeah,
bridge
just
is
got
He just
covered.
sits on top of
covered.
it.
He's
Yep.
sitting on it.
He shouldn't be that big though. I think there's a way to like make it.
There is a way to
easier.
reduce it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
Just so you guys can like flank it and stuff. He's a giant snail, but
now he's tiny.
relative, right? Like snails are small, but a
Mhm,
giant snail could be the size of a human being, or. All right. So as far as like in combat, I do it the same way, like you say. I don't know exactly how I can do it. Like, what am I allowed to do? Because I just moved around. I get my action and then I get my bonus action, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he just slurps on over to feardragon, or AKA Raist, and sees that he's not alone, but he's focused on him and goes for an attack. Bloop.
Pseudopod.
So the
Pseudopod.
get
So he
the-
basically, has his two little feelers that he just.
yeah. So press the pseudopod attack twice.
Okay, so this is just a
Just a descriptor of what he has.
description, right? So he does these twice. So he goes over for
That's
two
gonna hit.
pseudopod attacks, one right after the other.
Oh my god, our necromancer's gonna die.
Oh no.
Critical failure on the second attack.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, all right.
So,
Yeah, hits me once and critical failure.
all right. So I just gotta roll the damage. So what's your AC? It's
11.
11. Oh no. All right. So I didn't do the roll damage automatically here, huh? So
Yeah, I was gonna
do
say
you
there should
just-
be a way to do that.
yeah, it's supposed to be able to, but if not, I will be able to for the next one. But no, is that right? I clicked the damage on the wrong one, I assume.
Yeah, you know, it's fine though. We
Okay.
know what it means. Like you did
Okay,
12 at the
so
first
yeah,
one.
so it'll just be
bludgeoning
it's gonna smack your character for 12.
But what happens if it's
moves
critical
over.
fail, DM?
For the critical fail one, well, the regular one, you know, he hits you one time, and then the other one, he's like poke himself in the eye, like. I don't know. I believe he tries to swing at Ravi. Does it actually do something specific here for that second attack? If it is a critical,
fail usually does something like
Something
he smacks
bigger,
himself
like-
in the eye or misses so haphazardly that he
It-
is off balance or something.
So bad, yeah. I mean, I would assume that he
falls
just.
The shell just
know.
falls off.
So,
Cracks wide open.
he literally, yeah. Maybe I'd say that he actually, instead of hitting you in a manner that would, even do any damage to you, he hits you with the wrong part of his stalk.
Slimes
In his
you.
eye,
Hits you
and he
with his
basically
wang.
just pokes himself in the eye. Perhaps feardragon, or rather, Raist had his staff out, and he didn't see it, and ended up just smacking his own self on Raist's staff. Just pokes himself in the eye, but it's not quite an attack on it, so I'll say takes like a two extra bit of damage.
Takes 2 points of
okay?
damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
By smacking himself on your staff.
I like it.
Or should I roll for it? You know, I was wondering.
Nah, you don't have to.
Okay. All right. So it should be what? Bridget's turn.
It's my turn.
Next.
It's the first time I'm using a
And
monk.
if I want to go down, do I just hit like the arrow?
Yep, the arrow button.
For next turn. Yeah, because that's something I would definitely have to practice a little bit with to get more comfortable. But it seems like it'll be all right.
All right, so I do have a sickle, which apparently, I don't know if it counts as a monk weapon, but it's something that they said the monks would have. So, yeah. But I don't know, I'm going to go with unarmed, though. I got my sickle on my back, but I'm unarmed.
Okay.
So.
Nice. I know, right?
Yeah.
So I should have, where you at? Where you at? Can you move up to him,
press it?
Bridgette?
Oh, that was correct.
feet?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just playing it. You probably will use the ice, I would assume.
Yeah, sorry, I
Here,
went
to
here.
get on over there.
Yeah.
Next to feardragon, or next to Raist.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, monk unarmed strike is gonna be going for, what do you roll? 14.
Yep.
And his AC. Oh, he actually has a low AC, I think. Or at least that enough that the 14 indeed hits. So
Nice. I get a second
you
attack,
wanna-
too.
okay, yeah, roll your damage, or at least roll the second roll off for your second attack.
Does a 13 hit?
All right, and 13 does indeed hit.
Nice.
And well, it's if it ties. What did we say that we were gonna do? Like if you tie his, then it misses
Oh,
with the attack.
No, it hits. It's supposed to meet and then it hits.
Okay.
If it
if
meets,
that's
it
the
hits,
case, I
it
wasn't
is
sure
what
if
we
it was
did.
him. Yeah, because we had assumed that, or at least we had made that be the constant thing, right? Like if you
think so.
attack something and you tie their AC, then whoops.
It sounds very familiar because I remember being like, well, that counts for you guys too. And you're like,
Yeah, because we wanted to
"Alright."
keep it consistent, and I just forgot what it is that we had settled on. So as far as, so if you want to go with that like and then when something attacks you and ties with your,
Oh my goodness. And I get a bonus attack? Holy shit. I'm just
the
going to
monk?
pummel this guy.
Damn.
All right. So,
All right, so assuming that if you do tie on an attack, then it's a hit.
so first I attacked. Then I had an extra attack with my 5th level for being a monk. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. And then it says, when you use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon on your turn, you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. So I just attacked
Really?
this.
Okay.
I attacked this sucker 3 times.
Triple attack.
Bam!
All right, so that's what I'm assuming. I assume that Bridgette basically just like says, "Hold on, guys," and just slides across with behind Raist, slides across the
There
ice,
is now
all right,
Raist.
and just unleashes a fist of fury, like a barrage. Unfortunately, the first 2 of them do connect, but the third one,
Yo.
perhaps she might have lost her balance just a little bit on the ice and just went whoa, 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 and
then
wasn't able to actually connect with the
I
slug,
can
but
actually use a key point to get 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. I can hit the
What?
sucker 4 times.
I don't know, how does monk even work? What are key points? So key points, is that like your resource?
Yeah, it's like a resource I have. I
Okay,
already
okay,
used
gotcha.
one. I only had 5, so I'm not gonna do that. But
Wow.
anyways, yeah. So now I have to do the damage for 2 of them.
Yep. So
Which
yeah,
I'm
the first
surprised I
2
didn't do.
strike, and then unfortunately the last one you just might have lost your balance for it. So
Ignore that.
okay.
It actually says the. That is weird. Why doesn't it give me the damage?
Oh, I'm wondering if I have. So what I had to do was actually click the ability name itself, but I feel like there's supposed to be a setting that it does it automatically, right? Like roll. And let me see if I can actually do that just to make life easier, because it's supposed to roll the damage right then and there so that you don't have to. But I can't remember what setting that was. Was it on page setting?
I had trouble with this when we were testing Cappy's characters rolls for weapons. as well.
Okay. Yeah, what's the deal? So that's bludgeoning. If I click that. Okay, so what I was just doing was just clicking like the monk unarmed strike, but I don't know if that's correct calculation. So 1d4 plus your dex modifier, which is 3.
It says 1d4 plus 3. Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure that did that right, but I want it to be under it, like, you know what I mean?
So what did you do?
All I did was click on the name of monk unarmed strike, so where the numbers rolled.
That's what I did.
And then it didn't do anything.
It just gives me the same thing.
It's the same. That's so weird. Let's see. Journal.
I mean, we can just do it. I mean, it says what it is. I'm just gonna roll.
Yeah, right. But
plus 3.
I want to make it easier for you too.
This is easy. It's fine.
It works though, yeah, I guess.
11 damage.
Aye, there we go. So you realize, so they'll actually do half of that because he ends up taking damage resistant. Let's see, bludgeoning from non-magical attacks. If I remember correctly, if that's
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
would it be bludgeoning would be fist.
I'm gonna use my sickle on him next time.
There you go. So you notice that, yes, you punch him, but perhaps you punched him in the shell. You know, he staggers back a little bit, but
Oops, sorry.
it will indeed. So the total itself was 11 divided by 2. You rounded down though, right? I think it's like 5. Okay. So you do a whopping 5 damage with your Fist of Fury.
I should get names for my fists. All right, now it's whose turn?
Raist's turn.
Oh, Temple,
Right.
you muted yourself.
Oh, sorry. So that would be it, right? Your bonus action was the other attack. And I assume it should be Raist's turn. As, we took 5 damage here.
Okay. I think that Raist will take a step over here, just still in range, I think, because I think he's aware. Doesn't want to turn his back in the middle of a fight. But he would move this way, clear a little bit of a pathway for the others, and he would do. Let's see. I have one question that maybe you'll know. Comment if you have a spell slot. Let's say you had like 3 of a spell slot for like a certain level. Can you cast the same spell multiple times for that level?
Yep.
Okay.
Should be able to. You get to mix and match depending on, of course, just the amount of available spell slots that you have.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. So whether it's 3 or none.
Yeah. Okay. I think he will just do his cantrip, Chill Touch, which is 2d8 necrotic damage.
All right.
Which I don't have.
So I'm wondering where my other bar. Oh, there we go. Sorry, just everything was so confusing for me. I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay, I see. I have to pick it from the spell thing. Wait. It asked me to cast it at what level, but.
So you can cast
cantrip.
certain spells like at a higher level if you want to, but you said it's a cantrip, right?
Yeah, but at the lowest level it gives me is level 1.
Okay, that's weird. I would say that it should be then.
I'll just try it at level 1, see what happens. It should be
its own thing. Let me
Wait,
see.
oh, I selected the wrong. I must have selected the wrong spell. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, Chill Touch. No, it keeps doing Thunder Wave.
Oh no.
All right, I think Roll20 is just. Hold on.
No bueno. So it does. Let me see. Chill Touch.
You know what? It's
bugged out.
2d8 damage.
2d8. Gotcha.
just-
And then the save is a 16.
No,
Constitution?
there's no save on this. There's no save on this. It's just
Okay.
a 2d hit the target for 2d8 necrotic damage, and the target cannot regain the hit points until the start of their next turn.
Oh, okay.
Until the start of my next turn, I mean.
Gotcha. Okay,
And
cool.
it's not an undead target, so I don't think that
Nope,
matters.
it is not.
Okay. Oh wow, 6 damage. Okay, that was pretty bad.
All right. So that is one action, I think. If you have anything for a bonus action, or if you want to move, I know by moving.
If I move out of range or pretty much anywhere, though, it's gonna get an opportunity attack, right?
I'm thinking so, because I was wondering if, with Bridgette being there, yeah, it should, because it doesn't seem to be like a flank, right?
I think I'll actually cast Misty Step.
Okay. And
Which
that does.
allows me, I can do it as a bonus action, and it's an instant teleport within 30 feet. So.
Oh, okay. And you Misty Step, and you pick. There you go. Whichever.
Right back over here.
He just says, "Peace, Bridgette."
All right.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
All right, so there you go. Next up is gonna be Zora.
Okay.
Oh, we did 6 damage total. There it was.
Well, since he's gonna teleport back and stuff, she's gonna go ahead and slide up on the ice.
I love this ice. So how does?
Warhammer.
Wow. And that's a hit. And see, that's what the damage was, right? Like it did it like that. That's how we were trying to do it before, but for some reason, I don't know. Right? Like the roll with the damage right under it?
Yeah.
How the hell? Is that like a specific thing per your character? Or is it something that I should set? Not your character, but like your settings, because
No,
that's a hit though. Yep, that is indeed a hit. And it rolls the regular one, right? Not the advantage.
Yeah, I don't have advantage, right? Like we're not flanking him, right?
Doesn't seem so, no. And I don't know. Nope. So it should just be 11 minus the half. So it's just 5 damage with that swing as you slide across the ice and just give him a nice a nice dunk on the stalk.
Nice.
And I'm wondering how to actually. So you know how having like the when you select your token, it's supposed to show like the health and stuff, so that you can just subtract it right there instead of having to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it's not happening for him. Oh, there it goes. Never mind, I lied. So we did 5, 5, and 6. Okay, just making sure everything's right. All right. So he kind of just takes the hit from that warhammer, and a bit of sludge just emits from him, and it actually gets on you a little bit, but definitely seemed to hurt him. He definitely looks like he's kind of hurting right now.
Oh, okay, never mind. You said the sludge isn't toxic if we're in it for like a short while, right?
No, it's just the water itself.
Okay, cool.
Now make sure that it's I don't think it should be unless you guys are gonna like chill in here and take a nap in the actual sludge after the fact. I don't think it should be that bad. All right. Anything else for your turn, Zora? Just boom, boom, boom. Oh, anything else for your turn, Zora? I was gonna say.
Nope, that's all I do.
All right. So it is Alora, Ronan's turn.
All right. Am I able to hit it from where I am since I'm ranged? Curious.
It's in vision.
I believe, but is it I'm trying to remember when somebody's in the way, if it's a roll, what it is that you roll. What is that specifically? I know, I'm just asking too if anyone is more familiar with that, because I feel like there's something, right? Like if there's somebody in the line of sight and they're not prone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or could I move on top of the pillar and then shoot it?
I mean, I think it depends on how big the thing is,
the
right?
pillar
Like,
could be. I'm not sure how. Oh, you're thinking about how big the enemy is, right? In relation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would assume like as a giant slug, it's probably pretty big.
I don't know what you're supposed to do, but I feel like we just made it so that it was a bit difficult to actually.
Yeah, right. I was trying to remember if we had done it with a disadvantage or if like exactly what it was. And I should know too. I'm just like
You were the range guy.
Like a range attack here. Someone might know in chat too. So I should be able to shoot past her allies. There are no penalties for firing into melee and 5e. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So yes, it is indeed a range attack. So yes, you should be able to attack here if you would like to without any penalty. As long as it is in range here. So whatever your range is for your bow that you have. I
It
think
says
so. Let me see.
150 out of 600. I'm not really sure what
Jesus.
that means.
Oh, is it like
Because you're an elf archer.
What? Yeah, 150 out of 600. I know one of them is like minimum, and then the other one.
Yeah, minimum,
but-
maximum.
Jeez, is it really that much?
Oh, is that my range?
I don't
I'm
know.
wondering,
That
hold
doesn't
on.
sound right.
Well,
think for a
when
regular
I'm
bow-
clicking on the longbow and I open it up with the gear icon, it says 150 out of 600.
I guess that's right. You're a druid?
Maybe. Longbow, D&D 5th edition. Yeah,
she's
range
a hunter.
150, 600.
I'm a hunter.
piercing.
Spec.
Of the druid.
All right,
Yeah.
get it. So,
Not a
yeah,
druid,
you can
elf.
just roll it, I would assume. You should be able to hit it in here. I always thought,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, ranger?
longbow, huh? Items 1d8 damage, weight 2.
Oh, ranger.
Range attacks have disadvantage if there is an enemy within 5 feet. That's what it was. It was a cover. The cover. I forgot how that worked though. Range attacks have disadvantage if there is an enemy within 5 feet.
Is it if
And
they're-
cover can add AC, but I don't know if these pillars would. Nope. 1 in 50 is inside range. Anything within 150 is a normal roll, and then 600 is outside range. Anything within that is at
Damn.
disadvantage.
I guess because Valinor was already always using a sling. I just like never had this much distance.
Yeah, right. I never even thought of that. Yeah, 'cause I was just.
Wow. So there's like never gonna be an opportunity where you aren't within the close distance. Like
Yeah,
we're
that's
never gonna have
definitely, right?
150 feet
In between,
you and
right? That's
something.
crazy. I guess because it is a longbow as opposed.
Wait, we should
what's
just
the
have you fire shots down like the out.
Yeah, I was gonna
the-
say
the
just have her just
hallways
sprint
so
all the
we
way.
don't see.
Yo, that's
Oh, so I'm at a
crazy.
disadvantage because I'm too close?
You have to be within
It
5 feet
seems
to be.
so.
I thought that was something
If they're
extremely
within,
short.
if a hostile creature is within 5 feet of you, then you
Yeah.
have disadvantage.
Then
Okay,
it's
good.
disadvantage, but you know, yeah, you're fine.
You should be fine then, right?
Yeah,
I
just
believe I have
regular
a double
attack.
shot.
We'll double check it after and whatnot, but for the sake of
That's
this
what it is.
too,
Yeah.
I'd like to know. Yeah, I'll note it as well.
So you already rolled, and did she hit?
So what is it? 12 plus 2. Oh, fighting style. Archery gives you what? Just a +2 on longbow rolls or any kind of bow rolls, I assume. And is it 2 attacks or 1? Or is that just like your no? That's advantage and this. Well, regular and
Right. It's
advantage. I
advantage and
assume.
regular.
Okay. So 12 plus
She has-
2 should be a hit.
You have double
go-
shot or something though?
I have
right,
extra
Kathy?
attack at level 5.
Okay.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't think
Or
that's
am
what that is. I think that's the advantage disadvantage roll.
Right.
Yeah,
so
she
you
has
just
to
be able to
roll
roll
again.
twice.
Okay, one more.
I assume. What does it say as a bonus attack or?
No, it's an
just a
extra
regular-
attack, just like what I had.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
All
Get
right, we're going.
Do you have
it.
the
Get it.
any particular hunter's prey perk that you chose?
I do have Hunter's Mark, but I didn't think that would work because I'd have to cast it for an hour.
No, it's like
Is this-
Colossus Slayer, Giant Killer, and Horde Breaker.
Slayer giant. For a ranger.
For a
Kathy,
hunter.
on in your
Ranger
character
hunter, yeah.
sheet, I think on the right hand side, do you have
I have Hunter's Prey and Horde Breaker.
So Hunter's Prey is what it's called, but you choose between Colossus
Which
Slayer,
one?
Giant Killer, or
she has
Horde
Horde
Breaker.
Breaker.
I picked Horde Breaker.
Okay, when you make a weapon attack, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature. Oh, okay, so that's if we're facing multiple enemies.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so just the
good to
2
know.
attacks.
Good to know. Alarm could vary. Hunter's mark and messenger pass. Yeah, I'm just reading through a bunch of random stuff too, just so, because I'd rather. I mean, it's all about learning too, but I do want to know these things. But we already figured out the whole thing with the attack, so that should be.
So did
action
you
charge is a bonus action to use too, right? That's a different. Got you.
So she hit twice, right?
Extra attack is not a bonus. No. So, yep, you hit twice. The 2 rolls. You see, your first roll is a 14, and then your next one is a 17. So yes, you can roll your damage now to see how much damage you do.
I'm sorry, where is that?
Let me see if the same thing would work. What I was doing was like clicking on like where it says longbow in the like where 12 plus 2 and 11 plus 2.
Yeah.
And then actually clicking on the word longbow and see what happens. Because I remember it wasn't working for ZG, but all right. So that's your first attack, and then your second attack, you can pretty much click it again. And a 10. Okay, so you got a 5 and a 10.
And it's piercing.
And it's piercing, so it is not bludgeon damage immunities. Indeed, so it will do the full damage here. So you're gonna hit this slugger, this mother slugger, for
15.
a full 15 damage.
Nicely
Hot
done,
damage.
Ranger.
15. Oh wow. So yeah, you know, you send an arrow, 2 arrows just whistling right past Zora, and it just completely comes out of nowhere. You completely blindside it and actually shoot it in one of its stalks, and it just completely erupts in a bit of slime out of that stalk that you had hit. So it's
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
nasty.
say what sounds it make.
And it is just it's looking a lot worse than it was just even a second ago.
I know you
yells
said not
out an
to say
omen. It
anything
still
before,
it yells
but-
out an omen as you can actually understand it. It's saying, "That's my bad stock. I'm gonna do horrible things to you guys."
Can we all understand that?
Yep. Only person that can understand that is Alora, and also Raist,
Racist.
as he bellows it at down the hall.
Okay. So we just hear
So-
what does snail language sound like to the people who can't hear?
Gurgling?
So it's still an omen, but it's instead of the clack variation that you was hearing earlier, it's more of just a
Slugs are old men.
and
Old grumpy Muppets.
very grumpy Muppet, yeah, a snaily grumpy Muppet. As yes, you can tell that he has some confidence in his voice, but just by the visual of what had just happened, damn well that he definitely took one pretty hard arrow to the knee. I mean to the stalk. So.
All right.
Oof, full
Snailey's turn.
15 damage on her first attack ever in D&D. Get it.
Damn.
Next up, it should be the bug boss, man. Let me just add it. For some reason, it always throws away my... like, it's supposed to show all of his HP and his armor class. But
Are we supposed to
sometimes
see
I
that?
actually have to, like, click off of him to, like, Zora or something,
Oh,
and
we
then
don't
go
see
back for it to show. So let's see here. 15. Beautiful. All right, it is Lil Koozie Vert's turn. I mean, aka Tet Koozies Takadal. Tet Koozies Takadal. Lil Koozie, guys, Lil Koozie. He's very, very angry. And let's see here, actually, gonna be moving. Oh, he wants to actually go down the hall, but realizes that there is an angry cleric in front of him, and he's boasting. Oh no, I moved. What is that? Is that just the drawing?
Yeah.
Can
That's
move?
the drawing.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. All right, now he only has a speed of 30, but he can actually just slide back a few feet. I think that's 5'10", And he spits.
Only get an opportunity attack if he runs back.
So this, yeah, if he moves back, he'll actually get an attack of opportunity, right? But he does, yeah, he does retreat a little bit, and I think that will provoke an attack of opportunity. Would that be from both of you then?
Yeah, from both of us.
Oh, snap. Yes, indeed.
All right.
You will be able to get an attack of opportunity here.
So
It's just a regular attack, like.
Yep.
yeah.
It'll be most likely just your regular melee attack. So one with your
Oh my god,
Warhammer,
Zora.
and then
Oh my god,
ZG.
Zora.
Has
Don't
the sickle,
fucking
too.
dare
ZG
hit me.
has a-
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hit it. I couldn't hit it.
Just drops into the water.
As he slowly just retreats, you know, in the
Okay,
slowest
he-
manner possible.
His eye exploded on me, and I'm just like, oh my
Okay.
god, all this muck and shit. Oh,
Oh,
nasty.
Maybe don't be swinging
So
the fucking
much.
hammer.
it must be.
I'm
I mean,
trying.
perhaps the muck might
It
have
slowed me
actually
down.
got
It
in your
slowed
grip.
me down.
You know, in between your grip and I don't know if you dropped your weapon or what, but because it shouldn't be the it's the lowest one, is it not? That's still a crit fail, isn't
Yeah,
it?
a critical
critical
fail is
fail.
when like something bad happens to me.
Yeah, something bad's gonna happen to someone around here.
Yeah, I was thinking about you just probably dropping your weapon here then.
It just like actually he like it's like a hammer. It's like the hammer throw because it's all like slick and she's like whoop.
It's super slick.
It was for sure like a critical fail,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just for one turn. So I mean, you can use would you have to like use an action to pick it back up or?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would.
She has to go find it and pick it back up.
Oh, but it's luckily it's still on the ice. All right, I'll say it. But yeah. Oh, imagine if it fell into the into this nastiness. Just narrowly though. So maybe any sudden movements, and perhaps even with this, what he does is as he moves back. I think it was what 11 that you had rolled here too.
Yeah, another one of us hit him.
And I believe that should be a miss. I don't know if this is. Let me see if this is correct. Yeah. So this is correct. Indeed, it is a miss. So both of you guys swing as he just kind of just slimes off
We couldn't hit a snail.
extra slowly. It's like the most slow motion retreat, and for some reason, I don't know, you just were not able to actually connect with him because he's slick. This slug is pretty slick, even though he moves at about like 2 feet.
So what's
per
he do?
minute. So he's actually gonna wind up and spit some acid at you guys in a 30-foot line that is 5 feet wide. Each creature must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw,
Oh, thank God.
taking 48 acid damage on a failed save. It's only 30 feet out though, so it's actually not going to be able to hit Raist.
Dexterity is my
Alora.
jam, man.
It's going to reach right to the end of there too, but he's trying to spit it at Alora, and it just happens to hit both of you guys because he's angry.
Sorry, not very.
So 19 dexterity save, you should, yep, you're good. And then Zora, no, is going to be taking 48 acid damage.
Holy shit!
What?
But on the successful save here, I believe it's only half as much, is it not? So
I still get half damage.
from
48.
48 acid damage.
Do we roll it or you roll it?
I will be rolling the damage here for the 48.
Wait, is the 18 the roll for the 48? Did it roll it there?
It didn't roll 18, no.
Okay.
No, I rolled. Wait, what?
So this,
No,
I don't know what that
inside the
damage, I don't know
description,
why it says
It
taking
says
18, 48 damage.
Oh yeah, that's if you don't want to do the rolls. It
Mm.
can just be like a default number, you like the average or whatever.
Oh. Oh, we like rolling
Yeah.
out here. I mean, let's
I don't
see.
know. Is he
Let's
rolling
see.
really well today? I would
Rolling
rather
is
take
fun.
the 18 if he's rolling really
If
well.
it just,
Rolling
you
is
just get to
fun.
pick which one it is.
I kept
All right,
hearing
so there you
48,
go. So
and
it's
I was
gonna
like,
be
Jesus
15
Christ.
rounded down for Bridgette. So that would be just a 7. And then, unfortunately,
Man, that hurts.
Zora's gonna take 15 damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage,
Yeah,
man.
it does.
But
Ouch.
he
That
doesn't
smarts.
actually attack this turn. He just retreats, says something in Omen like that, and just sneezes on you guys. And then it burns, unfortunately, though. Ouch. And then it's going to be his turn. So that would be
Me
Bridget's turn
next.
next.
All right, so I gotta get off the water, the ice at this point. So what does that entail?
All right, so yeah, I had it open exactly. I think it's just less movement, but I'm trying to remember. I think it's like for every 1 foot. Let me just bring it up.
I have 40 feet. Do you think I could reach him?
You should be able to reach him.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Alright,
think
there you go.
with this, it's like I had it open before. If you want to get exact with it. Here we go. Where is it?
Can we
no,
assume
it's
that
there.
I'm all right?
I think you should be all right. Yeah,
Alright,
I'll look at it after, but it should be. I had it open. Just.
I'm gonna
by the
attack
way,
him.
it's Tekuzi's Tekatl. Tekuzi's Tekatl is how you're supposed to pronounce it, apparently.
I'm gonna use
But
the
yes,
sickle
you should
this
be able to
time.
reach it if you would like to move on over to it. It is a little bit nasty, and there is one little thing here since you are gonna be there. I remember there was some kind of mechanic here with attacking that you might have to roll. But yes, I assume you want to go right near him and then attack him
Yep.
with the sickle.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the 2. There's one. I'm just trying to remember where I saw it because this is something with the water, but I don't want to screw it up. Okay, so moving across this difficult terrain costs 3 feet of speed for every 1 foot travel. And then sudden actions, including those necessary for combat, might result in the character taking a spill. So if you do decide to attack here in the water, then you do have to succeed on a dexterity saving throw here for a DC 10
Nailed it.
or risk. All right, nailed it. So you
Dexterity's
get
my
to
jam.
just swing.
All right.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna do
Swing
it.
at him.
I'm gonna do it 3 times. So extra attack and bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 hit.
Okay. First is indeed hit. Yep. We said that.
Okay, that's a crit fail.
Oh no.
And then
Another
failure.
fail. No. So you can roll your damage on the 13 there. But
All right, I did 5
unfortunately-
slashing.
Ooh, the sickle. I think. How bad should we do these crit fails, man? Oh man.
You drop your fists.
Yeah, right. But this one is with the sickle, so
a
I'm
sickle.
assuming that you like take your first swing. It's like you're pretty much using all of your might on the first swing, and then the second one you might have just kind of hit him in a soft spot. He's pretty soft all around, but I would think that second one would just stick into him.
Maybe get
But
stuck, like her
Getting
fist
stuck
in
in
there.
the first time is what
It's
I
a
was thinking.
sickle.
Sickle. And I did, yeah, I would assume that it just gets stuck there on the second swing. So since you failed the third one, I assume that you actually just are spending your time trying to pull it out. And do a total of, oh no, it's a 5 slashing, right? So we don't reduce that.
Right.
Perfect.
So what happened with my crit fail?
Yeah, I was wondering, like, just the sickle is stuck
Oh, I've lost my
inside of
sickle.
it. Just a nasty,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it would be just one of your
Okay.
actions, maybe, to pull it out.
Oh,
If you
I
would like
have
to use a bonus action to do so,
Oh.
you could as well.
No, never mind. I'm
I would
good.
assume. Yeah, I want to make sure that all that stuff is right.
I already used my bonus action for the attack.
Oh, that's what that last one was then. Okay.
So I'm just stuck there.
Just
Back to
stuck
my
in.
fists.
I know. you
Being
just leave it
cool.
there. You could. Yep. So that would be Bridgette's turn. Raist, it is your turn. So 5 damage total here.
Okay. I think this thing is looking pretty weekend up, right?
He looks I'd say definitely. Oh, he's oozing out, but not like a lot. You know, it's he's still acting very confident. He's bellowing out, and even though he is definitely taking a bit of damage, he still has it in him to at least be pretty confident in destroying you guys slimily.
Rude.
Okay. think I will. I'll just do another chill touch then. So
All right, I'm gonna roll it up.
2d8. Which hopefully it will roll better this time.
Let me hear.
Is this gonna? I think it's gonna roll the wrong spell again.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Really?
it keeps
doing Thunder Wave.
I don't know why.
Oh, that's so weird.
Okay, well, whatever. I'll just roll it again. 2d8. 9. That's
Okay.
9 damage.
Okay, because it doesn't need
ghastly
to actually.
hands,
Yeah, right.
6 to him.
It's like necrotic, and you said he can't heal. Like, he doesn't heal anyway here, but
Okay.
so it's a straight up 9. So the 2d8. Okay. So what does it look like? It's
It's like a little ghastly hand appears behind him and just kind of grabs him on the shoulder.
just gives him a nice little like it's a little grab or a little tickle. Oh.
Yeah, it does like the Spider-Man, like Into the Spider-Verse, like puts his hand on his shoulder and just goes, "Hey."
All right. Ooh. So he shudders actually a bit, and is just like, whoo. And because he should be able to be understood by you, and it's like, cold, chilling. But I'm still gonna destroy you. And it does, yeah, it seemed like he takes a bit. Definitely not feeling as confident as he once was.
All right. That's my turn.
All right, one sec here. I'm just finishing. All right. So next up, it should be Zora's turn.
Cool.
Who has the hammer?
Shit. Oh my god, I gotta pick up my freaking weapon. Ah.
Yep. Dropped it. You guys are just not having luck with your weapons today.
Okay, so I guess that's my action, and then I'll use my bonus action to get off the ice and I guess around the big brazier here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you would just use your you can just use your movement here to do that
Yeah.
if you'd like. And then now you need to make a dexterity saving throw
Oh god.
if you decide to attack it. Okay,
Oh,
nailed it. Nailed it. You just needed to beat I think it was 13 that we said.
I mean,
Or 10.
can
It was 10. It was 10.
can I still attack it even though I used my action to pick up my weapon?
So if you have any say actions, or rather not actions, but abilities that could attack him with the bonus action. So if it just says uses one bonus action, you can totally do that. Or if you wanted to use any of your other spells that I believe would be bonus actions too. So
Oops,
spare
sorry.
the dead.
That was
No, I'm done.
No, I guess that's fine.
He's gonna chill it out.
Yeah. I can't find anything that I would want to use as a bonus action right now.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, it will be Alora's turn once again. If that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's the end of my
All
turn.
right. So Alora.
All right. I'm gonna stay in my spot. Seems pretty safe, and I will shoot my longbow.
Wind it up. All right. Oh my goodness. Let's see what the damage is. So roll your damage here. And see
Sorry,
what
do I
it
click
is.
on the longbow in the chat?
Yeah. And then I think you said that you had a second
Extra attack.
Extra attack. So yep. So just do it one more time, and it hits. And another 5 damage. So it's gonna be 10 damage that you hit it for.
Wow.
And this one just sends, you send an arrow just whizzing through again. You know, you just pull back, and you just have this thing's number pretty much as you send 2 arrows in the same shot, and just both of the arrows are going to indeed hit it, and just not set off anything, but it will at least ooze out some more. He's oozing, and now he's losing. A lot of just a lot of blood. Is it
Gel.
Little ooze blood?
Ooze.
Yeah. Not really sure. And that's -10. Damn.
Am I able to move after this, or is this like complete
Yep.
my actions?
You should be able to still move. It's just that you would have limited movement through the water if you decide to move that way.
I think I'm gonna back up a bit.
Okay. Yep.
Safety first.
Actually,
Yeah.
small
Still
question
within
for
range.
you, Kathy.
Yeah.
I think as a hunter, you had like a specialized terrain or something. Do you remember what that was?
That was for forest. I
Oh, yeah.
believe.
Okay.
Doesn't really make sense.
This does
for
not look like a forest
a
race.
ranger to
Okay.
have ice.
I think we- All right. I'll stop interrupting. Sorry. I know Olivia has to go soon.
Oh yeah, true. All right, so there you have it, and if that is all you want to do, then we are gonna end the session here on Kuzi's next turn, which we'll be able to start with that. So, all right, that's gonna be the point that we stop here. You know, our brave party has ran into a snail, and it seems like they are starting to wail on this snail. As the last 2 arrows that did penetrate it really got him looking a little bit weak right now, a little bit oozy. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know. Of course, a lot of it was my first time trying to like figure out how I want to do everything, but I love the fact that you guys were here chilling. Been great as far as companions and party. I haven't killed you yet. I feel good about that. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for checking out the stream. If you guys have anything else, any shout outs you would like to give before we do roll on out here. I know Olivia does have to go.
Follow the channel, subscribe to Tempo.
Yeah.
I would like to thank my mom because at the young age of 8, I was raised in a log cabin.
I hope.
At the young age of 8, I was raised in a log cabin. Where are you going with that?
I didn't move to the log cabin until I was 8. What do you want from me?
I hope this one takes you out next turn, next session. Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right. Yeah, guys, y'all take care. Yo. Much love.
Bye.
Bye.